All righty, everyone. We are tackling some fantasy football drafts over on Underdog. It is a beautiful time to be alive. There is football all over the Twitter timelines, and there's news pumping fast and furious. Lots of reports coming through: injuries, contracts, hype reports. No Colts quarterback can complete a pass. It's going to be a very, very fun next couple of weeks leading up to the Hall of Fame game, which I believe is a week from tomorrow. We're going to continue to get, just crazy amounts of training camp stuff filing through. But today we're going to tackle some Best Ball Mania 6 drafts. And as always, if you guys want to draft with us, just head to the lobby, go to Best Ball Mania 6, 20 seconds per pick, and we shall rip this draft spicy. You can enter it in the next 5 to 10 seconds. And if you guys want to join it, as always, if you're new, use promo code FSE. And we shall get it going. This is the best time of year, man. Honestly, the best time of year. As much as summer, especially for us, we get 2 months of it or 3 months of it per year in Canada is excellent. There's nothing that gets me more excited when summer turns to fall because it means football is coming.
Oh, dude. I mean, I'm not sure if you saw me on Twitter today. Like, obviously, it was just a funny little quote tweet, but there's the report, first pass of training camp, Justin Fields to Breece Hall, and I just quote tweeted it, and I'm just like, yeah, that's the good stuff. Dude,
I want to hear. I want to just hit me with anything. I don't give a shit what it is. Just hit me with, Bo Nix, great long touchdown to Troy Franklin. I'd get hyped about that. You know what I mean? I will take anything. So don't be the guy on Twitter. It's training camp hype doesn't mean anything.
Bro, it's the fun of the game. It's the fun of the game. People that are trying to act smarter than everybody, just fuck off. Seriously, we're trying to vibe. We're trying to, chill. We're trying to have a good time. I mean, if I want to react to a Breece Hall play in training camp, I'm going to react to it. If I'm going to see, George Pickens moss on a DB in the back of the end zone, I'm just going to say, how about them boys? It's just how it goes. You're not going to change it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's just the best time of year, honestly. Dylan says it's the worst time of year because school's in 2 weeks.
Oh, hell.
School in the United States starts in 2 weeks?
What the fuck? I mean, dude, it's almost September. Wait, no.
Dude, 2 weeks your school starts?
Wait, that's August. What the hell?
On my life.
School in August sounds like hell.
Yeah, never in my life did I ever attend school in the month of August. We get off in late May. I mean, we got off in the middle of June.
Yeah, bro.
That's wild. You guys go to school in August? Am I just learning this?
May. Wait, you go to school in May?
School was always after Labor Day in Canada. It was my birthday is the 4th of September. My birthday was always the week before school or the weekend before school started, the first week of school, something like that.
Yeah, but to be fair, he's on West Coast time, so that's probably
it's 3 hours delayed, including the months. 3 weeks.
School doesn't feel like school. You're basically going to school at noon every day.
Yeah, true.
No, I'm trolling you.
I will say the one thing that must be nice for people on the West Coast is getting 10 a.m. through 8 p.m. Sunday main slate football instead of 1 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. we have it on the East Coast.
It's way better.
What do you want to roll here? You want to go your boy?
Of course. I mean, I will never.
Or do you want to mix in some Saquon because you never take him?
I take some Saquon.
Okay, let's roll with Sedarian. We could take Jettas too at 4. Seems like not bad. Jefferson just shouldn't be the second pick, to be honest. So
why is he I get Justin Jefferson, elite player, cool, awesome. I think he's a stud. Are we going to act like JJ McCarthy's going to throw for as many yards and touchdowns as Dak Prescott and Joe Burrow are?
I mean, the market seems to think he'll throw more.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But how believable is that actually? Let's be fucking serious for.
I mean, Danny, Vegas has more information.
No, but
let's Cowboys takes.
Sure, maybe that's including Dak getting hurt in that line. Regardless, though, you're telling me 17 games. Tell me with a straight face, you think that JJ McCarthy is going to outproduce Dak, and if not, he got to be ranked in the top 15 of your rankings.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's likely that he does that. I'm guessing it's because the Vikings were super pass heavy and all that kind of stuff. But yeah,
the Cowboys won't be.
Yeah, it would be pretty shocking to me if JJ was 6th in passing yards or whatever his Vegas total is set at right now. Because the other thing too is he's coming off of a torn meniscus, so he actually kind of has a little bit of injury concern coming into the year.
I love JJ McCarthy. Hell, if he becomes fucking Dak Prescott, I'll be happy because go blue, baby. But with that being said, I'll take the bird in the hand of the Prescott over the bird in the bush with JJ McCarthy here.
I think the expression is 2 in the bush, no?
I mean,
Also, if he became Dak Prescott, who attended the University of Michigan, you might sell your whole life to go meet him.
I gotta go buy a rookie card.
Yeah. Danny's gonna spend another $6,000 or whatever on plastic like he did last time.
No, yeah, I mean, like, hey, it's doing well. Also, cardboard. Come on,
cardboard, whatever. Saber says, "Hey fellas, how are we this week? We're doing great, man. Right, we're back to football stuff, and also make sure you guys are following us on other platforms, TikTok, Instagram. You guys have been seeing the shorts. Yesterday at like 10 p.m., I dropped a fantasy news of the day. We're obviously pumping out that stuff on the other platforms as well. And there's definitely going to be content, short form content that you don't get on YouTube Shorts that'll be on the Instagram and be on the TikTok page. And both of those are linked in the description of this live stream. Saber says 10 a.m. is too early to justify drinking to the wife, though. Yeah, I guess that would be the one pain in the ass. And the one nice thing about Sunday Night Football and Thursday Night Football and Monday Night Football for us on the East Coast is that it truly is like an evening activity. Like you can go get
I can be a complete degenerate
football or whatever.
Yeah, amen. I mean, with that being said, we're always streaming, so like it doesn't matter for us. But for
I mean, I'm routinely Thursday night games having to leave our streams early to go out places to go do some watering hole stuff. My vote here would be for Johnny, but we can roll with Tyreek or Higgins or anybody you want to go with here.
I picked Lamb, so I'll let you have your pick here.
Yeah, let's roll with Taylor. I like him quite a bit this year for best ball purposes. I mean, we know what he was capable of doing down the stretch. If you get that pocket of production when you got it last year, he was a low advance rate, extremely high win rate type of player. And I do think a lot of that was because the Colts offense was so up in the air. And while today is not a good indication of it, I do think that Daniel Jones, Richardson, whoever ends up winning the job should be able to stabilize that a little bit. And JT, I'm smelling like a 5 yards per carry, 1,500 rushing yards, 18 rushing touchdowns ceiling out of this dude. If the Colts can be an average offense, if not better, and given the weapons, how high they're going, how much I believe in those guys, I really do think that the offense is going to have, or defenses are going to have a hard time just honing in on JT with the weapons that they have.
I don't mind JT. I've risen my tune on him. I personally think Chase Brown has all of that and a better insulated offense with more receiving upside. I think Josh Jacobs is just a safer version of what Jonathan Taylor is, especially from an offensive projection standpoint. Breece Hall has more pass catching equity, but at the end of the day, I mean, we saw what the upside looks like if we do get that for a full 17 games. Like from a pure rushing touchdown perspective, he could score 15 rushing touchdowns. Like he could be what Josh Jacobs was,
by the way, right here.
Yeah, I'm cool with grabbing Jacobs.
Or you want to grab the guy on the thumbnail, which is Devontae Adams. We could grab him too.
I'm cool with either. Let's spice it up because let's build a Cowboy stack. We could grab Pickens and whatever receiver on the next turn, and let's grab a bimodal here. 2 running backs.
Okay, yeah, let's roll with
we have another draft to potentially get McBride, so I'm not worried.
I put Adams on the thumbnail.
Oh, Adams, sorry. I thought you said McBride. My bad.
No, I put Adams on the thumbnail. The other thing about JT, which is I think important to know and understand when it comes to these playoff best ball contests, is Jacksonville, San Francisco, and Seattle are his playoff schedule. With Jacksonville in week 17. Jacksonville in week 17, and even in week 14 they have Jacksonville again too. Like towards after the bye, these are the offenses. Like think of the implied point totals, and if the Colts are a good offense, think of the implied totals of these games. Week 12 at Kansas City, week 13 versus Houston, week 14 at Jacksonville, week 15 at Seattle, week 16 versus San Francisco, and week 17 versus Jacksonville. Those are going to be some high implied point total type of game environments for whoever's starting for the Colts at quarterback. I like the Colts weapons for that schedule too.
I guess more so it's just more so the opportunity cost for me. Like if he was like 27th overall, just because I prefer a few other backs, I think that'd be fine. And I don't think he's like outrageously overcosted like I did maybe 3 weeks ago, a month ago. However, with that being said, I've been playing it a lot more through DJ Giddens in case, JT were to miss a stretch. At least I would still get access to that elite ceiling environment while not.
I'm taking both for what it's worth.
Oh, yeah. No, I think that's probably the thing. Like with JT, even though I'm not overly invested in him, at the same time, he's not a guy that I want to be at like 3% of going into the year. That's where it's at.
Yeah,
like
no, you don't want to.
5%.
You want to be too. 6%. You don't want to be too low on a guy like Jonathan Taylor because he can burn you really hard.
Yeah. Also, ketchup flavored chips, low key smack.
Yeah, they're not my favorite, but they are pretty solid, and
they're a good high food. I'm not gonna lie. Like if you get baked with the boys and you have ketchup chips, like for whatever reason, like that specific flavor with like I don't know what it is. Like the tang, is that the best way to describe it? It's like tangy.
Yeah, they're tangy. They're
Yeah,
like that. That's like the flavor profile of them for
yeah.
sure. I live in like the maple syrup capital of Ontario, and maple syrup is unbelievably good here. And we literally have festivals for maple syrup. And I will be damned if like I'm gonna bring it, Danny, to Austin. I'm gonna bring a bottle of maple syrup because I legit need these Americans to taste the absolute garbage that they've been consuming, calling maple syrup, which is corn syrup 90%
Corn
of the time.
syrup sucks. You guys need a
It's
true
so
maple.
trash. You Canadian maple syrup, there ain't nothing fucking like it, dude. There ain't nothing like it.
I mean, and on top of that, again, I don't have to get into this whole discussion. Oh, Dunkin' Donuts versus Tim Hortons. It's like that'll be a whole hash out. Dylan's gonna keep calling us damn unks in the chat. Like it'll be miserable.
Are you opposed to grabbing the Jalen Hurts naked here and seeing if Smitty falls back, knowing we have Lamb?
I would prefer a wide receiver because I don't want to fall behind the 8 ball.
What do you want? You want to take Smith first?
We can take Smith. Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, let's go with Smith first and see if Hurts falls back to us. And then if he doesn't,
we have a pivot for
grab GP or Sutton or Metcalf or something.
Or even Hunter. Yeah. We're cooking. Tim Hortons fucking slaps. Yeah, ball, Rylan.
I love getting you guys off track with random Canadian stereotypes. Yeah, I mean, for what it's worth, like the most recent season of Top Chef was in Canada, and they ran out of Canadian shit within like 3 days. They're like, all right, hockey? Like, how do we make this into food? It was like, okay, Canadian delicacies. We got maple syrup, poutine. We're out. Like that's pretty much all we got for what it's worth. It's Canadian.
Yeah, no, literally. By the way, Jordan, maybe I can flip the question back on you. Do you think mentally the Ohio State Buckeyes can take down their daddies in the last 4 years? Is my question to you.
It's weird after so many years you're allowed to say that.
I am, though, because I mean, on paper, like I'm not going to disagree. Like Ohio State should win that game, but they should have won that game this year, and they did not. Like,
yeah.
Mental.
I wouldn't mind grabbing Sutton a little bit past ADP because we grab Hunter all the freaking time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm cool with it. Damn, I wish we got GP.
We can grab Hunter if you're really gonna.
No, that's not that deep.
Let's grab Cortland Sutton here. I like mixing it up a little bit.
So we'll have to add probably a Packer stack here, and keep in mind too, if we can get a Chief falling, we could backdoor the Chiefs. Pause.
Yeah, let's settle down.
Sudden falling, impossible to pass. I mean, I would have much preferred if it was George Pickens, though. Like George Pickens.
I would have been cool on board taking Pickens too. By 9 p.m. football is over in the West Coast. It's amazing. Yeah, as a certified unk who goes to bed at like 9, 10 o'clock, I would love it if the football started at 10 a.m. and the football was over by 9 p.m. I would absolutely love that.
I don't know if you are, though, Jordan. Like, that's the thing. Like, realistically, Ryan Day, he's going to shrivel up into a ball. He's going to realize, oh, damn, I thought it was just a Harbaugh thing, but it extends to Sharon Moore. Ah, damn, I had the best offense basically in America for 3/4 of the year, but it couldn't do fuck all against Wink Martindale. Shout out Wink Martindale, former Raven great. He's heading on the next legacy defense of the college football landscape, man. Like, the way the defense played down the stretch, even in that Alabama bowl game where Alabama played everybody and Michigan literally had half their roster declared for the draft before that game, and they still win that. Like, I know the culture's being set. It's just about replenishing the talent at this point around the Underwood era.
Yeah, I mean, I'll let you go off on your Michigan stuff. What else was I going to say here? Chan said, would y'all trade Garrett Wilson and Tet for CD and Dynasty?
And a
good wide receiver depth, and I'm all in. Yeah, I mean, you're giving up 2 top 15-ish Dynasty wide receivers in my rankings, but if you have good depth and you're all in, I don't mind just going and getting Lamb there.
For sure. I quickly answer.
Hampton went at 26 in this draft, by the way.
Fall behind the 8 ball means like you have to catch up. Like basically fall behind the 8 ball.
Wide receiver on underdog, getting behind the 8 ball at wide receiver means that you just didn't draft enough wide receivers early because they dry up so quickly.
Yeah, it's a figure of speech. It's like if you're playing a game of pool and somebody runs their rack before you, like you're behind the 8 ball, you have to get on a run. Basically, is how
I'm assuming he wasn't referring to pool, but yeah, I know.
Yeah, but I mean, like 8 ball, like that. That's what the impression. That's what I'm saying. That's what the impression comes from. It's basically when somebody has when somebody breaks and has a first good like run, you have to match that run. You're then behind the 8 ball.
All dressed are trash, bro. Like I don't know what to tell you. All dressed chips are fucking garbage.
9 a.m. London games are elite, low key though. Like the fact that there's so few in the year, it's like it gets me excited to wake up early for them. If it was every week, I would be like, what the fuck is football doing at 9 a.m.?
Oh, I would love West Coast. Getting up at 6:30 a.m. to watch football on the West Coast must be electric.
Yeah, fair enough.
I would be so down for it. I'd be so down for it.
You're a Cowboys fan, but Pickens Dude, I could care less what Pickens did last year. Like, respectfully, their quarterback situation in the previous 3 years didn't add up to Dak's 2023 touchdown open.
I will say that Russell Wilson is, if he's good enough for Malik Neighbors, he should be more than good enough for George Pickens to be better than he was with him.
To a degree, but you also have to factor in the Fields games. You also have to factor in that the Steelers...
The Fields games came at the beginning of the year, though. There's like a concrete stretch where Pickens should have been like easy game splits. Let's look at how he produced with Russ. I'm actually going to pull it up.
And there's a lot of context there. Obviously, they didn't have the greatest growing relationship.
We're on the clock here. Do we want to grab... you want to grab Pacheco? I think he's the best pick on the board right now.
Yeah, we can grab him. What I was saying, not to mention week 17 correlation with Sutton.
Yes.
What I was saying, sorry, like I could care less about the situation last year because it does sound like the culture with Pickens and the Steelers was on the set of deteriorating. Hence why they trade for DK Metcalf and then trade away George Pickens. They basically just said, hey, we're done with Pickens. We're going to send him away and we're just going to get our ex wide receiver with Metcalf. Like it makes sense if they were done with Pickens, but also I think that just kind of shows you what the relationship was working on last year. Because otherwise, why make that move?
Well, we are always going to rely on George Pickens to turn things around mentally.
I mean, I guess that's the risk, but it does sound like, by all accounts, both the Cowboys and Pickens are really meshing well.
Well, so, just so you know, when he was with Russell Wilson, he was producing Zay Flowers level of consequential fantasy numbers of 13.14.
Hey, he's doing that with Russell Wilson, and Zay Flowers doing it with who?
Lamar Jackson. But like, Russell Wilson was fine, dude.
Russell Wilson ain't Dak though.
Pass production wise, there was enough there for Pickens to be better.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean, there was a lot there for Zay Flowers to be better. But with that being said,
there wasn't though, because there wasn't volume.
I mean, there's 41 passing touchdowns.
Okay, anyways, do you want to go
41 passing touchdowns?
You want to go Shakir, Golden, Pearsall? I probably receiver. I would imagine.
Probably is there no Mahomes?
We can go Downs too. We have.
I would go Mahomes here, or do you want to wait on Knicks? We could wait on Knicks. I'll let you make this one. We can go
Let's just go down. So let's just take a receiver here.
Because I mean, like technically speaking, like if we're gonna do the Denver KC thing, we probably want to do it through Sutton and Knicks anyways. The one thing I was thinking about, but we just didn't have enough time on the clock, was potentially grabbing Mahomes and then wrapping back with Kelsey. Like that would have been
it would have made sense. But like you said, if Pacheco's the guy we need in week 17, it's probably not Mahomes getting there.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Thoughts on Godwin in Dynasty posting? What round is fair for a startup? I mean, it's tough to gauge what round is fair for a startup because I think he was pretty much going in a range where it was fine anyways. Like he was going 7 to 8.
Let me take a look at where he went in our startup.
I am curious. Yeah, show me that for sure.
Did I pick him? I might have.
You might have. 9th round, maybe?
I did not pick him, which is surprising because I usually do. He
went in Dynasty. It's not a bad stretch or a bad stash, by the way, right? Because Dak has missed time. Sorry, go ahead, Bush.
Oh, I can't see our draft results because of all the nonsense that happened.
Oh, hell. I mean, can you not click on
I guess I can click on his pick where whoever has him on their team. I got to find him now.
Also, yeah, Caleb, mine's going to be coming in too. We just didn't want to get both at the same time in case there were any issues with the other one. Now that we know that it works really functionally, we're just going to order the second one.
I already ordered it actually. Yesterday I ordered it. So yeah, Danny's coming in with his new camera very soon.
Dylan, were you? I mean, I understand you might have been still in the womb, but we literally won the national championship in 2024. Like, I understand you may not have been speaking at that point, but hey,
Danny thinks fucking Dylan was mute until he was like 13.
No, I'm trolling him. I'm basically calling him a child. Yeah, I have to call him a child, bro. If he's gonna call us Unk, you got to get back on these young whippersnappers. These young whippersnappers. Whippersnappers. Godwin. Why is he?
I literally can't find Godwin on anyone's team right now.
See, but like the thing is, Jordan, the year prior we also won the championship, but we did it undefeated. You guys still have to look in the mirror every day and realize you lost to Michigan and you're trying.
All right, I'm putting a stop to this Ohio State Michigan nonsense because no one fucking cares. Like literally not a single soul.
Dude,
you guys are both the most annoying fan bases in college football, and you're constantly talking about each other, which makes it even worse. It would be like if you had two friends that get like super shit faced every time they're together. And literally fist fight every time they get drunk together.
He was talking about his trade and then caught a stray.
Yeah,
that's comedy.
Okay, what do we want to roll?
Dylan, why didn't he last year? That's weird. Let's take a look. Do you not have your rankings? Oh no, it's Spicy.
No, we don't have. I mean, we could send Spicy our consensus rankings into the thing. That might not be the worst idea for next draft. Actually,
is Bo Nix gone? I think we have to take him here.
I think he's still there. Yeah, we could. Does the person after us has a quarterback? Can you see who else has QBs?
Respectfully, I don't want to risk it because there's no name that's sticking out on the board right now.
Okay, yeah, we can roll with him.
I've seen like Voodoo doesn't have a quarterback.
I've seen Nick slide, man. I think we would have been totally fine to push him.
Maybe, but counterpoint 8-9 versus 9-3. Tell me who of a skill position player sticks out on the board.
Yeah, everyone kind of stinks. I'm not gonna lie.
Like
this board does kind of reek. If I'm being 100% honest.
Like low key, I wouldn't be opposed to grabbing Kelsey if he fell.
I'm not opposed to Ayuk if he falls either, because I think at pick 100, I think it's baked in at that point.
I have too much of him. I
do too, but like at pick 100, I think I'm okay taking it.
Hopefully he goes. I don't want to do it. Come on, Jacob. You know you want a good Brian and Ayuk on your team.
You guys can't talk about drafters with an underdog sponsorship. That is correct.
What?
What's the videos for today till Sunday? Okay, so today there's not going to be a video. We scrapped the initial idea that we had. I didn't really think it was a very good one. Neither did you. Tomorrow we got the running back dead zone conversation, which was really good that we recorded earlier. You want to roll with Kelsey?
Yeah, I would want to roll with Kelsey.
Yeah, let's grab Kelsey here. And then later this week, let me just pull it up just to make sure I know exactly what the hell I'm talking about. The early round running back draft strategy video that I do every year, the like trusty veterans versus running backs in their prime versus breakout candidates. That one will be on Friday. Danny's going to be tackling the coaching changes, like kind of making it tier list format.
Probably make it simple, grab like the main offensive coaching changes, whether it's a head coach or an offensive coordinator, just like rank them S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, etc. Kind of based on, I would say, the expectations from last year to this year. So for example, even though like in isolation, John Morton's probably like a fine offensive coordinator. The fact that he's filling the shoes of like a Ben Johnson, like he wouldn't rank high on the correct, right?
Same goes with Grizzard and Liam Cohen for what it's worth.
Yeah.
It's probably not as much of a downgrade as Morton from Ben Johnson, but it is maybe a marginal downgrade from what you had before. And then the end is near for wide receivers. I did last year. I haven't done that in previous years, but I did do it last year. And I actually want to pull up because I know one thing that really came out of that video was I got super low on Amari Cooper after it. I was like, dude, I think Amari Cooper's fallen off going into last season.
He did.
I want to just see what I ended up doing conceptually for that video. Some of the takeaways that I had, I basically said, I said that Tyreek in all formats is the premier aging wide receiver. And if he falls off an age cliff, so be it. I'll take my L. That's literally what I said. By the way, Mike Evans, I was like, there's absolutely nothing indicating he's fallen off. Devontae Adams, nothing he's indicated he's fallen off, really.
Did they actually say this?
What's up?
Did they actually say this? Or because everything I've been hearing is like Connor's their fucking captain.
Yeah, I mean,
I hope so. Fuck, I love Trey Benson.
Yeah, let's take a look at the quotes here. I don't see any quotes about Trey Benson here. This is my attitude is starting to shift towards Josh Norris's attitude. This is an exact quote from Josh Norris from the Underdog Fantasy Football Show. He said, "I'm so confidently drafting James Conner, and if Trey Benson burns me, then he burns me." That's starting to be my opinion on James Conner.
Just draft one of either.
When I don't draft James Conner, I'll draft Trey Benson.
Like you just want access to this backfield based on
Yeah.
that schedule and based on like the upside there.
Yeah, for sure. Do we want to eat some vegetables and take Rashad Bateman here? Get some bankable routes and targets and upside?
Yeah, either that.
I think the receiver position is going to fall off pretty hard if we don't take him.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm cool with it. I mean, I do like Hollywood for this build specifically, but that's fine.
Yeah, we could take him too.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, let's grab Bateman, and then for our next garbage ass pick with no good players on the board,
Tajay Spears.
You want to go Spears or you want to
Charbonnet?
I was going to say, could we seal this off at a 2 tight end build?
We could do that too. I'm cool with that.
Like we have Jacobs, we could grab Tucker Kraft. We also, I mean, I guess Njoku just went.
Jordan Love just went.
Grab Loveland. The Bears play who in the
San Fran?
San Fran. Yeah, I guess we don't have any 49ers. I think Kraft makes sense.
Yeah, no, I think that's reasonable. We do got some correlation, obviously, with Baltimore and the Packers.
Yeah, I'm cool with Spears too if he ends up falling to us.
Yep. Gonna try to slide in the next one. Yeah. Try to pop in for sure, bro. For sure. Sup guys? What's up, Joe? Pearsall and Jennings both practicing today, and Pearsall's almost fully healthy. Interesting.
See what else we got here. Okay. Yeah, we want to go Kraft or we want to go Spears? They both fell.
Kraft or Spears? We could go Kraft or Spears. Like I'm cool with either, realistically. Maybe Kraft because I like the running backs.
We don't have a bye week complication, do we?
I don't believe so. I'm also cool with making this a 3 tight end if we had to.
Okay, we're good. I'm cool with those two guys. I don't think we need a third one.
Yeah. Did you see the report that Kraft returned to kick in practice or some bullshit today? What is that?
Also, Dylan, Monday's league predicting the next league winner video will be running backs. Are y'all doing best ball mania? Yes, we're doing best ball mania. You answered that already, actually.
Spears may fall. I mean, hopefully Spears falls. That'd be nice.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. Rylan says thoughts on splits and drafts with only $100. So I'm assuming he's saying like I have $100 to spend on best ball. What kind of drafts would you do? If I only had $100 to spend on best ball,
the max entry,
I would say that I would stick probably to the $3 mini schnauzer kind of puppy contests, and maybe you throw like a bullet into BBM, or maybe you throw a bullet into like the Greyhound single entry contest or something.
Well, that's what I mean. I was saying like the max entry contest, like the 1 entry, the 2 entry, the 3 entry, because realistically, you can just get your exposure in there.
I think if you have a smaller budget, it makes sense to draft more teams with less buy-in.
Yeah. And I mean, on top of that, like just inherently, if you do have a smaller budget, like the rake percentage beside it is going to be your best friend. Like if you can find a small contest that has, reasonable rake percentage, that's going to be where you want to go. Obviously, the rake percentage like will go down inherently, like the higher the cost for some particular contest, like the big dog and the mastiff are going to be the lowest rake percentages. But specifically in relation to like the $3, the $5, the $10, the $15, the $25 contest, just kind of scouring around. And if you can get anything around like 10%, like that's a good contest to join.
Yeah, for sure. Ambiguity says, when are you doing this Yahoo sleeper draft steals? That'll be the week of August 18th that we do that. Based on where we have it scheduled right now. Woody Marks in the 6th rookie draft. I mean, the 6th round. Fuck yeah.
Spears gonna actually.
Could he slide to us?
That'd be nice. I mean, like
he's gonna go like with this pick now.
What is this guy's build? Wait.
Let
me see this guy's team. Like, did he just ruin this? Okay, no, that's a.
I mean, he took Spears, but he's certified. Like, what we take
goober
there? What is that goober ass build?
Wait, what is this goober ass build?
Would you set Daniels for Nick Benson in a 26 first? I'd probably want more than that for Daniels for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Are we scared about the Ayuk news? So, Danny, I don't know if you saw the news specifically that Rylan is referring to is that John Lynch was asked. Actually, I'll get into it after our pick here.
Ray Davis or Benson?
Benson goes.
Or Garando.
I'd prefer Garando of the 2 running backs. We also could take.
I think we need a running back.
Partners with those quarterbacks, do we?
I think this is the best pocket for running backs that we'll have.
Yeah, let's grab Garando. I'm cool with Garando there.
Because like realistically, like what Cedric Tillman, Leggett, like sure, but like if you go,
I actually really like Tillman, man. I think
but they're solid. They're solid, but like
those wide receiver, give me 4, 5, 6 usable weeks. I think Cedric Tillman's one of the best picks on the board for that.
They're solid, but A, we have an early 13th round, and B, after Davis and Garendo are off the board, I just like them a lot more than the rest of the running backs. Outside of maybe Samson.
If Davis
I do like
falls to us,
Samson too.
I'm very much cool taking him too.
I'm cool with that as well. I mean, 13th round Davis, when we're literally hearing Holden
Samson,
reports.
152 now.
Yeah, I mean, that's where he should be going.
He should have been going there probably most. But like, here's the problem: is that Ford is there too. Because like, even if Judkins, let's say Judkins doesn't play at all this year, yeah, we're taking Ray Davis here.
Dude, Cook is holding in, and he's a 13th round pick.
I'm not really worried about James Cook holding in. I'm treating Ray Davis, to be honest, just as what he is, which is that James Cook misses time. He's a great handcuff. I don't really think that Ray Davis is going to do anything other than that.
Maybe. I mean, we'll see. At the end of the day, even if you're only getting a handcuff in the 13th round, we take that every single day.
Yeah, for sure. But anyways, to answer whoever asked about Ayuk news, Brandon Ayuk, the quote that John Lynch said was, we have no kind of concrete timeline right now. And that's throwing everyone into a tizzy when I think if you watch the interview, it's pretty clear that the question was geared towards, will he be ready for week 1 or not? And then John Lynch said, I don't have a concrete timeline, which we knew already. Like we knew it's a possibility uphill battle for him to be back on the field in week 1. And week 4 was probably after the pup or whatever was what we were projecting for Ayuk anyways. So for people who are like now all of a sudden lowering him down the ranks, it's like, well, the median outcome for Brandon Ayuk was that he was on the pup list. Like that was probably what we were going to think was happening. So him saying no concrete timeline when prompted, is he going to be ready for week 1? I think doesn't really shock me at all. And it shouldn't really affect his price. If you weren't drafting him before, you shouldn't be drafting him now. But if you were drafting him before, I would say maybe take the discount if you still liked him, which I did at his cost, specifically in BBM, because it's a back-weighted tournament that if you could advance him, he's a great option.
The only thing I disagree with is the vibes portion of it. Like, I think there's a very real possibility that the mental plays a big factor here. And even though we think from a talent perspective, obviously we thought he was a top 8 level talent just 2 years ago. That was in a low volume situation. We're like, okay, well, like he can at least do what he was doing before. My counter to that would be, like I just mentioned for George Pickens, when the mental's chalked between the relationship between a team and a player, I just don't think he's going to be playing some very inspired football. Obviously, of course, he's dealing with all the shit, the YouTube page on top. That's just like, there's a lot of red flags right now for me.
Yeah.
Where I don't even think he's going to get all that more expensive regardless.
No, I agree with you. The vibes are pretty bad. Like I'm not excited to draft Brandon Ayuk anymore the way I was kind of excited to draft him about a month and a half ago, where I'm like, every vibe of this situation gets worse and worse by the day. And I'm probably just going to, I packed my bags and I'm going to stop because I don't want to end up with 25% of a guy coming off of multi-ligament ACL tear, which I was at before our next set of, I am curious set of drafts. I'm hoping that exposure will be fine, and then maybe he really, really slides and I can grab him here and there, but I don't really want to draft much more of him. I'm curious where I'm at in terms of ownership. But like, for what it's worth, in the 9th round or wherever he just went in our draft, 5.2%. Would you say it was a wise selection that he is kind of the wide receiver version of Jonathan Taylor, where he's kind of not very useful for the first 4 games? He's a straight up 0 for the first 4 games. I think it's a stretch. And he has 2 or 3 good weeks until week 10, and then he sun runs 3 or 4 good games when it matters most. Would you say that's a good pick in the 9th round? I mean, I think it generally is. It's just you got to build the right team around him. Yes, but that is contingent on him being the piece you need for the second half of the season. How much time can you forfeit in the first half in terms of point equity in the second half to make it worth it? I think that's the question that we have to ask ourselves. Do we want to take Tua here well past ADP? Oh, it's same bye week. I honestly, I don't mind Pat Bryant. Okay. You want to go? Yeah, let's grab Pat Bryant. We got to double stack Bo Nix. We got to figure out a QB solution behind. I'm honestly cool with like Gino or anybody like that. Yeah, like, I mean, we have we have a Colt. Yeah, we could do that. Is Besh still available, or is Besh off the board? Besh is probably off the board, right? Yeah, I think he's off the board. I think we're probably going to be stuck going with like one veteran, one. Is Stafford still on the board, right? Stafford's gone. Okay. Oh, he went. Okay. Yeah. I'm cool grabbing, if Bryce falls here, I'm cool grabbing Bryce. He has late stacking options that we could use. We can go Bryce. Yeah, that's probably the way to go about it. Yeah, Bryce and DJ or Richardson, I think, is probably the way I would want to play this. Yeah, I'm cool with that. We could grab Geno too. Okay, Bryce went, so
Bryce
we maybe
went.
should grab Smith here.
Because like we can go with someone cheap here.
Who do the Raiders play in Week 17?
Saints? No, Giants.
Okay, yeah, let's grab
Russ?
Geno. Yeah, I don't want to grab Russ unless I have stacking options. I guess we could grab Slayton or something like that. But
do you think this is a 2 or a 3 build? I think this is a 3 build.
100%. We got to take.
That's what I mean. I think Russ could be our quarterback 3.
To be honest with you, I would much rather swing on a Colts quarterback.
Fair, we could do that then.
And it doesn't even have to be DJ. It could be Richardson too.
Yeah.
I think that the median for the Colts quarterbacks is that they start 8-9 games each, and I think that in those 8-9 games, because they both run, will probably be more productive for fantasy than Russ starting 12 to 15 games.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Like we'll probably give you more weeks, usably.
Cole, you will watch on tomorrow's video our thoughts on that, and let's just say they're pretty optimistic.
Yeah, I mean, I moved Hampton up until about the mid-3rd round, and we keep getting more positive buzz, and we're probably going to keep seeing him fly up the board even more.
He's currently my 28th overall player, and I will make sure that's reflected in the trade value chart.
Jordan said, ready for Danny clips in the helmet. I'm ready for Danny to have like the most fucking messed up audio on every single clip ever.
Bro, it's funny because obviously like you know what I'm referencing, Corey, but like stylistically we're gonna change the way we record a lot of those clips. Like in terms of like like from a phone perspective instead of everything at the studio. So it's gonna be like even more raw reaction. It's like, hey, shit, I'm in front of the TV and I got the fucking helmet on, and maybe I have like a Cowboys jersey tied around me like a cape or some bullshit. Like I can have fun.
I would love to witness like Danny ordering food on a Sunday and the delivery driver comes to the door and Danny's got a fucking Flock League helmet on and he's like, what the hell is wrong with this kid that I just brought his burrito or whatever? I think that would be hilarious to me. Being the delivery driver who delivers Danny food when he's wearing a fucking helmet.
And I just ask, hey, consent to be on a video? Yeah, sure. And then I just pretend. That'd be funny.
Yeah. How much do you guys value stacking with early round picks? I mean, if you take Lamb, Dak Prescott's got to be on the menu for you for sure. Or like if you take, Chase, Burrow's got to be on the menu for you kind of thing.
Yeah, for sure.
I do think about it more round 9 onwards than I do early in drafts. I personally don't love that the ADP is so heavily influenced by stacking early in the draft, that to the point that week 17 stacks and just stacking in general are so perfectly correlated to where players go. Like, for example, the 3-4 turn, Jaden Daniels and Terry McLaurin go there because people stack them together. The 4-5 turn, Devontae Smith or whatever, and Jalen Hurts go there because people stack them together. It's the fact that it all aligns so perfectly is not a coincidence. And I think it's important to remember when somebody's being elevated for that reason.
Cats, I have Hampton at RB12.
Do you want to take Richardson here or do we want to wait? Or did DJ already go?
We can wait, bro. There's no need to take him here.
I'm worried, dude. He might go.
I think we can fall back.
Okay, we got to make a pick anyways. You want to go Slayton?
Let's go with Slayton. Let's go Slayton because our fallback will be Russ or Jackson Dart.
Yeah, that's fine.
How many running backs do we have? We have 5? We have 5. Okay, so
we have 5 running backs, yeah.
Probably what, a 2-6-8-2 or sorry, 3-6-7-2.
Yes. Yeah, that makes sense. The philosophy on stacking essentially is just that because you're investing into hypothetically CeeDee Lamb, you're already making a concentrated bet on the Dallas Cowboys doing well. And specifically in this contest, the Dallas Cowboys and CeeDee Lamb having a big game in week 17 to try and hopefully take down the whole tournament. So you might as well pair him with Dak Prescott because if Lamb has a big game, then Dak Prescott's coming along for the ride. And that's true of like redraft leagues too. Like you take CeeDee Lamb in the first round, Dak Prescott should be on the menu for you because if Lamb has a great year and you win your fantasy league, Dak probably had a great year as well. It increases your win rate. I did a video on
consolidated bets. I mean,
I did a video on it last year about how much your win rate increases when you draft 2 hits that are correlated.
Didn't we do that?
I think it was me doing it solo, if I'm not mistaken.
Did you do it solo last year?
I can't remember, honestly. Maybe we did it together. I can't remember.
I know we did one of those together. I didn't realize.
Do we want to take AR or do we want to wait for DJ and see if he comes back?
I want to wait. I don't want to reach on a quarterback 3.
Okay, so what do we want
Giddens, close off the build?
Yeah, we have Taylor.
Right.
I'm cool grabbing Chubb.
Yeah, we do Chubb. We do
Chubb. We never take him, and he's kind of way past ADP here too.
Yeah, I think that's a reasonable running back core. Yeah, this is one of the few times that I say we have a cold correlation, and I'm just not taking Giddens because there's JT there.
Yeah,
So
no kidding. Hopefully, we
um,
do get one of those quarterbacks falling back to us because that would
yeah,
suck if we don't. I guess,
yeah.
like you said, we could take Russ or whatever.
I have Hampton one spot behind Jonathan Taylor and ahead of Bucky Irving.
Yeah, I have. You have him ahead of Jonathan Taylor.
I have him one spot behind.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah, I personally have him still behind Breece Hall and Bucky Irving at RB13 at this moment, but I'm gonna trust me. I'm not gonna leave him there. Like if he continues to get more buzz, if I suspect that Hampton and Breece Hall might have the same workload, I'm gonna take Hampton every single time because he's on the much better team. Even if I think Breece Hall might be the better running back at this moment in time.
Dude, I think there's a scenario where if we hear like, oh no, like obsolete Najee, like this and that, like we are ready to make Hampton our guy. Apparently, by all accounts, first day of training camp, all they're talking about is how they have like a superstar on their fucking hands. If I have to, I will take this guy in the mid-second.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if Hampton's going to start from the very beginning of the season, I think he needs to be. I'll say it again. He needs to be on the menu at the 2-3 turn. Like you need to be willing to. Like you walk out of your draft with Jamar Chase, Josh Jacobs, and Amari and Hampton. You can draft a Brian Robinson at the 7-8 turn or whatever later to make up for maybe he's not startable for the first 2 to 3 games of the year, maybe if that.
Yeah.
Like Hampton's a first round running back, man. Like if Najee ain't out there for training camp, he's lost his job. Like welcome to losing your job.
I'm just glad you came to the light side.
Well, I mean, Najee not being out there is a huge deal. I was only against Hampton going super, super high when I figured that Najee was going to be, we're going Daniel Jones here.
Yeah.
Was going to be super heavily elevated up the board because people were going to cope their way into him starting right away. And I'm like, I don't think that's going to happen as long as Najee's there. But Najee isn't there getting those reps. And that's huge, especially because Najee's new to the team also. If Najee had been there for 4 years, it would be different. But Najee is also new to the team.
You want to know what the other factor is that people aren't playing as much? And again, it could end up proving nothing. Najee suffered an injury that didn't have to do with the team. Therefore, any guaranteed money that he has on that 1-year deal.
Dude, if he got cut, Hampton's going in the mid-second round.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think that's a reasonable scenario here.
I think they would maybe go after another running back if that happened. Like,
I agree.
I mean, who's available? I don't know. Not really anyone. They already grabbed Nyheim Hines.
Dalvin Cook.
Dalvin Cook. Oh. But yeah, anybody who's got Hampton bags packed. If Najee Harris got caught, Jesus, the fucking floor would fall out of the fantasy community if Amari Hampton's starting right off the rip like that.
The fact that Dalvin Cook was actually a Cowboy last year just feels like a fever dream. Like bro, he actually got genuine hype by some people going into the season, and he's going to be someone we look back on like jersey edits of Dalvin Cook, Dallas Cowboy, and be like, when the fuck did that happen?
Yeah. Do you want me to fire Spicy the CSV for the rankings?
We could do that.
Let's see if I can get you here. Let me send you the
shit. I have to, like I said, I have to retransfer it over to the sheet because I made some edits on the site.
Well, okay. So yeah,
I'm going to do it after the stream.
Okay, yeah, we won't do that right now. Well, next stream we'll have our own rankings in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I also, when we were recording our dead zone running backs video, I also moved a couple guys up that I really like in the dead zone, which is a sentence I never thought I would say.
Oh, I moved Pacheco to 57 overall.
Yeah, I already had him like in the early 60s. I know that. We're officially in crazy times, fellas. What's the best strategy for this year? Hero RB, robust RB, or double hero RB? I mean, I guess robust and double aren't the same necessarily, but to be honest with you, I think double hero RB is probably the best strategy this year.
In redraft leagues.
In redraft leagues, especially. I honestly think it's very viable in best ball too.
I honestly think
in redraft leagues, I think hero wide receiver might be the best strategy.
Well, that's what I mean. You could do a double hero RB with the running backs in the second and third this year because Omari and Hampton is a 3-4 turn pick. That's basically what it comes down to. You can grab a CeeDee Lamb. You can grab a Puka Nacua. You can grab a Malik Neighbors, a Nico Collins, a Brian Thompson, whoever you like in the first round. grab another running back you like in the second round, whether it's a Devon Achane who has a mid-second round ADP, or even if you're at that back end of the second, you're grabbing a Chase Brown or Josh Jacobs, a type like that. And like I said, I am perfectly cool if I have to reaching on Amari Hampton in the early third round, because ultimately I think that's not even going to be available by the time everybody is drafting.
Yeah, dude. Hear me out. I think it's a very viable strategy to start your draft with one of the top receivers, Chase, Lamb, Jefferson. Grab Josh Jacobs and Chase Brown or Bucky Irving or Breece Hall or Amari Hampton or something like that. And you have 2 running backs. And then at the end of the 4th, if Alvin Kamara or something falls to you, take a fucking third running back. If it's a half, like a full PPR or half PPR where you want to be maybe even playing running backs into the flex anyways, dog, I'm going full unk here. Like, I think that hero wide receiver where you start filling out your wide receiver core round 5, round 6, maybe after deviating for a tight end, is very viable. Do you want to go? I mean, I get a lot of Puka. I'm cool going CMC if you want to go CMC here.
I think I'd go Puka still.
Okay, let's roll with Puka.
I just think in terms of the format, the availability to potentially get a Drake London in the second round, I love McCaffrey as well, but I genuinely think McCaffrey might have a slightly higher week 17 game ceiling, but Puka could very well be the number 1 scoring player on the slate too. And I think the fact of the matter, it does sound kind of counterintuitive that, young wide receiver, inherently less risky from an injury perspective as the older running back, when Puka Nacua has also missed time last year, but it also just feels safer. I mean, I know Puka Nacua is a young player and I know Puka Nacua is a superstar talent, and a young superstar oversees an older superstar. That's the difference in the rankings for me, because they're both going to be on good offenses. It's not like, at least for example, with Nico Collins, maybe a little bit less more concerns about the offense. If the one with Neighbors, obviously Brian Thomas Jr., you have a Travis Hunter. It's like with Puka Nacua specifically, he's a top 5, top 6 level talent with also the offensive insulation. So I think he's very clearly a top 7 player, and I actually have him ranked ahead of Jefferson.
Yeah, and somebody, I tweeted this earlier today because I'm like, okay, after that big 6, Chase, Barkley, Bijan, Gibbs, Lamb, Jefferson, who are your next 3 ranked players? Because I think the worst spot to pick from this year is the 7 through 9. And a lot of people responded.
8 and 9 for me.
Yeah, a lot of people responded with a couple different options. A lot of people said Puka, a lot of people said Neighbors, you said CMC, a couple people said Collins. There's people that are kind of split on that decision. But the reality of that situation to me is that I actually like getting an anchor wide receiver in that area, because I feel like I can get 2 running backs with my next 2 picks, and I feel comfortable there. Do we want to go Arthur Juan here?
I was going to say Drake London because we have the week 17.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I guess I didn't actually even account for that.
Well, I said it when we picked Puka. I'm like, if we
Sorry,
get a London,
I know. I to be honest with you, I literally don't care about week 17 correlation until the 9th round. I literally don't care.
No, I get that, but when we picked Puka, I'm like, yeah, we could get Drake London falling because it'll be week 17. You're like, yeah, for sure.
I must have zoned.
Hey, dude, you know how much I zone out, so don't worry.
Let me ask you guys in the chat right now. You're on the board, 7th overall pick, 8th overall pick, 9th overall pick. Who are you selecting if the big 6 are gone? My answer, Puka Nacua is my 7, Neighbors is my 8, Achane is my 9, but I never have to take Achane that high, so maybe I would take my 10, who is Christian McCaffrey, instead, and hope that Achane would fall back to me, which is the situation I'm in my home league, which I think could very well happen. Danny, you responded to the tweet, and you said, what was it, Puka, Nico, and McCaffrey or something?
You said assuming those 6 were gone.
Yeah, because
theoretically, I have Jefferson.
One of the 6 falls. That's obviously great, but
I have Jefferson at 7. That's why I have Puka ahead of Jefferson. So, theoretically, when you said the big 6, it's I would have Puka ahead of Jefferson and have it a big 7. But to answer your question, because you listed the players outright, if these 6 players were off the board, Puka would be my next player, and I would actually take him over Jefferson.
Right. Josh Jacobs all day.
Yeah, I mean free.
All day, Josh.
How many picks after 80? 7 picks after 80?
Yeah, we'll take that all day. I agree.
Amari Hampton if he falls.
For what it's worth, I don't actually believe that safe is the word I would describe Puka Nacua. I don't actually think he's that safe.
I don't think he's safe.
Projectable offense and touches and targets and stuff, yes. But I actually do put some stock into some people saying that, he can't really stay on the field right now because it's been an issue for him since high school. It's not even just a pro thing. It was an issue for him in college and stuff. It's a real, him and Christian McCaffrey to me are the lotto ticket first round picks that if they stay healthy, they could absolutely crush. And I would bet good money that Puka Nacua outscores at least one of the top 3 receivers if he stays healthy.
Yeah, and it's going to be Jefferson.
Yeah, that's why I said at least. I could see him doing it to Chase or Lamb too, to be honest.
Yeah. Also, Yeah, I mean, I can't do it over Bijan or Saquon. Like Bijan specifically, I have literally like
Bijan's my first overall player.
That's what I mean. I have Marby one off the board. I have Saquon and Puka back to back. I have Saquon at 5. I have Puka at 6. I literally, Corey, tell them what exactly I said before we stopped on the stream that I couldn't do.
You couldn't move Puka over Barkley, right? Yeah, to me, you're batshit crazy if you do. Like
I couldn't.
I get not wanting to draft Barkley because you know have like a gut feeling he's going to go down after 400 touches or whatever. But just objectively speaking, it's your mental gymnasticsing your way into bad take if you don't put Barkley at least in the top 4 to 5.
Fuck, man. Every time I pass on Hampton, I'm like,
if he had fallen to us, that would have been an electric.
Oh man, I would have fucking been so happy. It's like I can't. Like, if Jacobs was off the board, because obviously Jacobs 7 picks after ADP, you just got to do it. But like Kyron and James Cook,
yeah, there's no planet in which I'm taking Kyron over Amari and Hampton anymore. You want to go JD here?
Yeah, I'm cool with that. I'm cool.
Yeah,
let's
go with JD. We don't. I'm making a conscious effort to get more Jaden Daniels, Lamar Jackson, and Josh Allen because I don't want to be that idiot.
Or Kittle.
I'd rather go Jaden.
Okay, we'll do it.
I take a lot of Kittle already.
We're good. It's not necessarily a worse quarterback because, like, obviously, like from a pure talent perspective, I actually think like JJ McCarthy, like, eventually can have like the higher ceiling than Sam Darnold. But at the same time, if you're talking worse quarterback than what Darnold was last year from a pure production standpoint, I think it would be hard pressed for any first year quarterback to step on and throw 35 touchdowns and be top 10 in MVP voting. So I love JJ McCarthy, but at the same time, I think tempering our expectations a little bit in terms of he's just going to fully assume what Sam Darnold did last year. We do have to keep in mind it is still a first year starting quarterback. Like, I understand Sam Darnold, like, oh, he's a journeyman and then he did that. But at the same time, just from a face production value perspective, the guy threw what, 35 touchdowns, 38 touchdowns?
Yeah, like if you want to say, is JJ McCarthy worse than what we thought of Darnold coming into the year? No. But he is definitely worse, at least at the moment, from what we know about him, than what Darnold produced.
Why isn't JSN higher if Sam is legit now? Because I also do believe that the system was
legit in Minnesota. Let's get that.
Let's get that out of the way. We have no clue what he's going to look like for the Seahawks. On top of that, a much worse offensive line. I think Sam Darnold could play good football. If he plays like he did last year, I'm perfectly comfortable saying, hey, maybe he's just the new Baker Mayfield in the sense that he went from scrap heat to a legit starting quarterback. It's just the factor of, like, you got to do it the second year in a row. Just like Geno had to prove himself, just like Baker had to prove himself. It's like when you've been labeled as the bust, you need at least a second consecutive year of playing good football in order for people to get that image out of their head.
Well, I was looking at videos from last year, and in the number one. Okay, hold on. Let's make a pick here. You want to go Jalen, Waddle, or Hunter? I've been trying to get my Waddle up personally.
I'm cool with that. Or Flowers because we have Jacobs.
Yeah, we could go Flowers too.
Yeah, let's do Flowers actually because we.
Yeah, you're never going to draft to say Flowers, so.
Well, part of it too is we can backdoor Tucker Kraft, Jordan Love as our second quarterback and be done.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair for sure. One thing that I noticed in my number one draft strategy video last year, because I took Mike Evans in the mock draft, or I was about to take Mike Evans and then I picked somebody else or whatever. Even someone who's like a literal fan of the team was like, we don't know how good the offense is going to be. That's what I said about the Buccaneers last year. And they were a top 3 scoring offense. It's like, even I didn't believe in Baker Mayfield's 2023 to the point that I was like, oh yeah, I'm ready to just like crown this guy as like an elite quarterback now.
Yeah. And I'll give the Seahawks offensive line credit. They do draft Gray Zabel, so it should be improved.
They had a lot of injuries at tackle specifically last year too.
Yeah, for sure. I think the Achane Lad combo is better than like Nico JT. Well, for starters, I mean, Nico JT, like you'd be taking one of them ahead of ADP significantly.
So same with Achane Lad for what it's worth.
Yeah.
Achane Lad would be, I guess, the best way that works out. Like, you won't have to take Achane Lad, in my opinion.
That's what I mean. Like that's why I'm confused.
Achane like 108 or something. To me, I just wouldn't take it. Like, as much as I love Achane, and I actually just made the switch that I'm going to move him to 110 because I won't actually take Christian 109. Just because the upside is so high with him. And specifically in my situation, like I said, I know I'm picking ninth, and I can get both potentially if Achane falls to me in the second round.
We both have Genty. I believe you have him at 12 as well.
Genty is my 13th. I have BTJ and St. Brown over him there. We want to go Hendo here.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Hendo.
Oh, dude, after what I've seen about these running back rooms, I want a third in the 7th round as well, because I do not want to rely upon Travis Etienne as my RB3, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'd much prefer if we can grab a 4.
So Unk take of the year here, but I have cooled a little bit on Genty. And it's not because anything but Genty's ability. He's obviously an animal. But the Vegas projections being as low as they are for the Raiders, and until I hear some like he's being used in the receiving game, we don't know for sure if that's how he's going to be used, right? Like we don't know for sure he's going to catch 80, 90 balls or 80 targets or whatever. So I can hear, I would hear arguments. I wouldn't personally do it myself, but I would hear arguments for Derrick Henry over Genty.
Derrick Henry over.
I would hear arguments for it in half PPR and standard, especially. In full PPR, maybe it's a little bit of a different story.
Chat. We got to put him in the retirement home.
I don't know.
That's not Unk. That's Grandpa.
Maybe there's ball knowers in the chat that want a 5.9 yards per carry guy on a top 3 offense.
Who's going to catch 20 passes on a good day?
That's why I said in half PPR and standard specifically. I think you can definitely get me there on Henry over Genty.
Dude, don't do it.
I don't want it. I'm not.
Thankfully,
I don't.
That's my advice. Don't do it.
I don't have to make this decision, but I will say it's understandable to me.
It's a rookie generational prospect with 6th overall capital. Let's not overthink it, man.
See, Kat, there's gonna be people in the chat that say, "Dude, that's a good take." Like people, yeah, he's a rookie and he's exceptional and he's an awesome player or whatever. But like, sometimes he could just beat the mystery box, which is Derrick Henry's season last year.
Arthur, I will also be higher on the Raiders.
Okay, we got to make a pick here. You want to go? We got to go Debo here, right? We got JD.
Sure, we could do that.
Yeah, let's go with Debo Samuel.
Debo. The running backs all go. Yeah, we could get Aaron Jones maybe falling back here.
Yeah, ideally,
or B-Rob.
B-Rob. Yeah, I was gonna say I'd like to secure B-Rob if we have Daniels.
Why are you all so high on Travis Hunter with BTJ in the picture?
There's a question for Danny because I'm much higher on BTJ than I am on Hunter.
Dude, hey, I love BTJ as well, bro. You know what I think about BTJ. With that being said, I think it's going to be a very concentrated target situation, and I think the Jags offense is going to be good. And we've seen multiple instances in NFL history, and I don't think we've seen a combo where they can be the Jamar Chase, T. Higgins combo, but both are Jamar Chase. Like, I think talent-wise, they have top 5 level ceilings, respectively, at the position. So at that point, it's like, I'm just going to bet on talented football players and offenses that I believe in. And I understand, maybe you're a Brenton Strange truther. Maybe you are a De'Ami Brown truther, whatever the case may be. It's
this is what Scribbles is saying is like BTJ is really all they have outside of, Hunter can coexist with BTJ. And like, we just saw Higgins and Chase finish as top 5 guys. We've seen Waddle and Hill do it. We've seen Smith and AJ do it. We've seen Godwin and Evans do it. It's not unusual for a wide receiver to still score as a top 15 to 12 receiver.
Yeah.
And not to mention too, like being high on both bakes in the scenario in which one guy outplays the other guy. To me, I think it's more likely that BTJ is the one that ascends and really has the monster year as opposed to Hunter, who I think as a rookie playing multiple sides of the ball, probably not going to have the same level of ceiling as I think you view Hunter to have in his rookie season.
See, I do, because even like the Jaguars with Leonard, even like the Leonard Fournette Jaguars, like, dude, look, Leonard Fournette was a top 5 running back because he was getting fed a boatload of touches. I think there's a real possibility he can lead the league in touches.
Do you want to grab Pittman?
I mean, I like the falling Mooney value. Plus, we have correlation, and we can grab Penix.
Yeah. Let's grab Mooney. I never grab Mooney, so yeah.
I don't either.
I never draft this guy ever.
Yeah. I don't either. It would have been nice to grab a running back, but B-Rob going and Aaron Jones going obviously played in there. Who do they have beside those two?
De'Ami Brown is the 3rd receiver who they paid a decent amount of money, and then
De'Ami's a decent best ball shot.
Strange is the tight end, and then obviously whatever the running backs do out of the backfield, ETN, Tootin, and Bigsby.
Chan, you're asking the right guy. I have Devontae Adams 23rd overall. So it's like, I do think it's going to be that. I have Devontae Adams as a 2-3 turn pick.
I have him at 35, but I love him where he goes because he goes below that. So
so I have him wide receiver 13. And that's the big reason is I have 9 running backs ahead of him, and I have one. Actually, I'm going to move McBride ahead of him. I think that's going to be the difference. But I have McBride now at 23. I'm going to have Adams at 24. I can't take Adams over McBride because McBride's just so fucking.
Yeah, no,
that's the difference.
I think that's the correct take. You know what I'm really scared of in my home league? That I get Puka at 9. I take, let's say, H.A. McCaffrey, Genty, somebody in the second round, a running back. I take a running back in the third round, whether it's Chase Brown, Breece Hall, Amari, and Hampton, something like that. And then in the fourth round, a clear tier break for me at wide receiver is Devontae Adams. And I have Puka and Adams on the same team. I mean, I might as well just pick Stafford at that point.
Well, dude, so in my home league last year, I picked at the 112, right? So on the 1-2 turn, I picked Puka Nacua and Jahmyr Gibbs. And on the 3-4 turn, I picked Malik Neighbors and Cooper Kupp. That team could have been fucking iconic if it stayed healthy. I would have had Jahmyr Gibbs hero RB with Puka Nacua, Malik Neighbors, and Cooper freaking Kupp, who I would have sold high on after week 4. Instead, everybody got hurt.
Yeah, everybody kind of went down there. Dude, if Pat falls, we got to take him.
Yeah, we might.
Pat Mahomes and Jaden Daniels going back and forth for weeks here?
Bro,
we're taking Mahomes.
Mahomes.
What are we doing here?
We're taking Mahomes. What the fuck?
Hopefully, I don't think Trav will fall back to us, but holy shit if we get Trav too.
Oh, dude.
That is a 17 pick discrepancy of ADP. I mean,
hey, Bush, your unk senses, they're tingling.
Dude, you score the most points to win and advance in this contest.
Wait,
and you're telling me we're locking 20 points per game out of our quarterbacks. We are locking it with those two guys.
Who has Worthy and Rice? Go up in the draft board, Spicy. So I'm assuming we probably sniped the Worthy guy.
Does he have a quarterback?
Oh my God, we sniped both of them. That's why. Because they thought that they can play the falling sword. So this guy at 89 overall is like, wow, these guys have quarterbacks. I have Rashid Rice. I'm going to push the envelope. Hey, trust me, I do it all the time with Joe Burrow when I have Jamar Chase. I know exactly what he was going for, and I apologize for sniping the shit out of you because you probably were about to have your day made if you got Mahomes at 104.
I'm sorry. I'm not passing Mahomes even naked at that situation. He took Kelsey immediately. He's like, fuck you guys, man.
Oh man, I mean, are we doing the whole Hollywood Brown shit? Is that what we're doing?
Absolutely, yeah. We're
what we have to
Hollywood
do.
Brown lately. Also,
wait, Jared Goff went in the 60s,
brother. I am not going to be able to pass on Quinshawn if he falls to us
in a BBM. Fuck no.
There's no shot I pass on Quinshawn with this team, dude.
Dude, in a BBM,
might be one of the better teams we've drafted so far.
Also, like, we're not going to take him, but Bo Nix is also 10 picks after ADP.
Yeah, I guess QBs are just sliding here. I mean, we maybe should have waited on Penix because we already made that consolidated bet on the Falcons.
Dude,
but I just really don't.
You get a 20 pick falling Mahomes, you just take him and you count your blessings.
Yeah, I mean, Quinch has got to be on our team. Okay, he went. I mean, that's probably for the best.
Do we go with the Dobster?
I hate taking Dobbins and BBM, knowing the closing line value people got on him.
Yeah, I know.
We could take. We have Flowers. We could take Bateman. We also have Jacobs. That game goes bananas in week 17.
Yeah, we could do that.
We take it Bateman again, I guess, but
bucket.
I like Bateman at his cost, man. I think he's one of the few guys that I just feel comfortable in a top 36 type of projection, 7 or 8 good usable weeks.
Wait, boy, were you the one who got autoed Goff? Oh, that's so sad. Yeah, look, he's at 111. Oh, I feel so sad. That's sad.
Do you value stacking over output in regards to quarterback? How often are you going for an elite quarterback in redraft? In redraft, I'm like, I pick 109 in my home league, and if Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen are on the board, there ain't no fucking way I'm passing on them. I'll just put it that way.
In redraft specifically, it's like, dude, I'm starting 8 people per freaking week, and I have the luxury of setting my lineup. I will grab the players that can give me 25 points, 30 points on any given week. I want access to that.
Those
I trust myself.
Dual threat quarterbacks are all in my top 36 overall.
Like I trust myself to build depth. I promise you.
Yeah. Like so here's how I would
wait, that didn't seem genuine. The cap is crazy.
This philosophy, let me just put it this way. If I have, okay, let's make this pick first.
Running back.
Yeah.
Give
What
me
do
a
we got,
running back.
Spicy? I mean, we could take David Njoku too.
Is Javante? No,
We don't have a
Javante.
tight end.
Oh,
I'm
we
down
don't
to
have
take
to. Yeah,
Njoku
that's right.
here. Or we
Dude,
take Kraft potentially. I don't really like any of these running backs, to be honest.
go with the tight end. Go with the tight end. Wait, dude, our running
Let's go
back's gonna be
Njoku.
so dog shit.
Yeah. Basically, this is how I play it. Stacking, like if I have a bunch of early round guys that have good late round stacking options. Let's say I took Tyreek Hill and Drake London at the 2-3 turn or some shit. I use that as like my break glass in case of emergency. Where ideally I maybe don't want to start Tua Tagovailoa every single week, or I don't want to start Michael Penix every single week or whatever. But knowing that I already made the bet on Tyreek or Drake London or whatever, then I use those as my break glass in case of emergency for streaming purposes.
For some reason, I thought Hollywood Brown went like 20 picks ahead of ADP for a second.
Dude, I literally don't care that we have Mahomes unstacked. I literally don't care. We'll take Noah Gray in the fucking 18th round for all I care. Jalen Royal, scroll that down.
I would greatly love 2 running backs in the next 2 picks if we can.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely need a running back.
2 probably like 4.
This might be a Chad White team too, because we kind of need some sexless, like usable flex production for the first couple of weeks.
Chade.
Yeah. If the Bucks are playing from behind because we don't have Tristan Wirfs and our offensive line's getting screwed, Rashad White might be not that bad. You see the pro Kyle Williams stuff today? No, I actually did not. I will be putting out a news TikTok later. You want to go Newton, or do you want to grab someone a little safer?
I like Ray Davis or Trey Benson or Rashad White first.
Okay, let's roll with White to get the production. I feel like we need the guy who's going to be on the field.
That's fine. Also, hear me out. Dylan was saying it ironically as a joke. This is a Noah Gray team. This is a fucking Noah Gray team.
Noah Gray. That's why
it's a fucking Noah Gray team, baby.
It's our second tight end is going to be Zach Ertz, and our third tight end is going to be Noah Gray.
Yeah,
we have Daniels and Mahomes. For what it's worth, tight end stacking. The best way to just pick which tight ends you should pick are what quarterbacks do you have. Honestly, like tight ends, they mean so little that after you get like an Njoku or a Warren or a Kraft,
you just want the double points. Like, oh shit, I scored.
Yeah, you just want the correlated points after that.
Yeah. Oh, Correndo's a great pick.
Most I'd love for, yeah, it would be. If we had Kelsey, Ertz, and Noah Gray, that would have been hilarious.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. Like, speaking of Noah Gray, by the way, like expensive Noah Gray just goes at the 1301. Couldn't be me. That's every time Isaiah Likely goes off the board, I'm just gonna call him expensive Noah Gray.
So not true. Do you punt tight end if you miss out on a top 3 in best ball, dude? I'm drafting 3 tight end builds 90% of the time. Like, and it's usually because I don't draft McBride, Bowers, or Kittle that often. But when I do, I'm okay going with a 2 build.
Also, like, I was gonna say I wasn't gonna take him anyways, but like somebody was gonna take the falling sword of Najee sooner rather than later.
Do you want to take? Oh, we got to take Austin Eckler, right? Yeah,
absolutely.
We got to take Austin Eckler.
You will never hear me complain about a round 13 Austin Eckler.
Look at the way we're building out this hero RB with 2 pass catching sexless guys to get us there until Trevion becomes an RB1.
Wait, I love how we have Eckler like playing the James White role. Then he's gonna hand the keys over to Trevion Anderson like week 5.
Yeah. No, well, I mean, we could take a couple more. We have our safe. We have our ceiling. We need our handcuffs after this for our running back for sure.
Yeah, we got some sexless. We got some
sexless RBs. For what it's worth, man, Austin Eckler and Rashad White would probably be pretty good if the starter ahead of them went down.
We got some 100 carry, 75 target backs on our squad. Let's go, baby.
I'm defending Rashad White and Austin Eckler's honor that they might win leagues if the starter ahead of them went down. They legit might win leagues.
That's what I mean. That's why they feel like free clicks.
They're such good picks. They have standalone pass catching roles, and they're on great offenses. And the starter ahead of them is also either small or injury prone.
You want to just add to that group with Tank fucking Bigsby?
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
This is our favorite team that we've drafted so far.
Yeah. Why is this actually cooking?
This team is an absolute unit. I mean, we could take Hunter Henry if we want to go with a tight end because we have Hendo, but we want to maybe go with Ertz with our next pick potentially.
Nah, Dracob.
Do we want to go? You want to go Hunter Henry? I'm fine with going Hunter Henry here.
Henry or Bryant because we have Mahomes for the week 17.
Let's go with Hunter Henry, man. I feel like he's just a good value
And
on the
then
board.
close off with Noah Gray, and then we're done at tight
Yeah,
end.
absolutely. Yeah.
I'll fuck with it.
I mean, we could take Ertz with our next pick if we want to and be done at tight end there.
I think this is a Noah Gray squad.
You will lose full if we don't take Noah Gray.
Dude, he's perfect.
We've been talking about him too much, Danny. If there's people in this draft room, like he's going. You know what I mean?
David Njoku's going to score the majority of our points. It's like Hunter Henry's going to catch some touchdowns. He was 3 rounds behind his ADP apparently. Wait, what?
Yeah. The only time I would ever draft a 4 tight end
last 4 picks
is the literal last 4 picks. I don't think it's like Hayden Winks and a couple other people have done, most optimal structures and that kind of research. And generally speaking, 3 tight ends is almost always the most optimal. If you can do it and pull off a great 2 tight end build of, let's say last year you drafted Trey McBride, Brock Bowers, or you drafted Brock Bowers and who's a late round, Jonnu Smith. That hit as a late round tight end, that's nutted. Obviously, if you had a 2 tight end build like that, that's excellent. And people would even maybe argue that you should aim for that because in Best Ball Mania, you're trying to beat hundreds of thousands of people and you're trying to win the whole thing. But my opinion on how to handle tight end is I'm trying to get as many bullets into the dance as I possibly can, and 3 tight end builds advance at the highest rate by far.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Also, shout out Mason. Mason, you will love the video we have in store for tomorrow. I already know you're going to be the first comment. Shout out Mason. Yeah, I know he's been supporting us.
Do you want to grab sexless wide receiver Adam Thielen? We haven't taken a receiver in so long, dude.
I could be down.
Dude, this team is the Washington Commanders roster last year with our sturdy, stable veterans and our young guys. Just a great, well, tight-knit locker room that we have here.
Two more running backs to close this off when we're done.
Yeah, we should. Do you want to take another receiver still?
No.
We
need 2 running backs and a tight end. Also, over under 0.5 eyes for Najee. When did he lose the other one?
Yeah, it's firmly set at 1.5.
Yeah, I'm trolling. Also,
how bad is it? Can only handle 7 RBs here?
Yeah.
Or 7 wide receivers here, sorry.
Dog, we need running backs. Have you seen it?
Darnell Mooney's like our wide receiver 4, dude. Oh, he's our wide receiver 5. Okay, I thought he was our 4.
I think this is a 7. Also, how bad is it me for dude? I mean, we literally
I'm gonna hammer Judkins after pick 100. I can't pass on it.
Yeah.
If he
I'm not gonna take him in every draft, but
if he gets exempt and doesn't play a game this year, then fuck me, I guess. Like I deserve it for investing in a domestic abuser. Like there's no way I can pass on Judkins after pick 100.
Hey. Former All-Pro, former Pro Bowl great is now officially that one DN that played without a few fingers.
Is that JPP disrespect in the chat right now? That is a Buccaneer great Super Bowl champion JPP.
That one DN played without a few fingers.
Buccaneer greats will not be tarnished on stream here. Mason, if you're not doing anything, by the way, Mason, you're more than welcome.
Hey, if you want the link, feel free, brother.
Yeah.
All day. Dude, I had fucking like 20% Judkins. I'm conflicted.
Okay.
This is what I'm worried about.
We gotta make a pick.
This is doomsday, by the way.
We want to go
running back.
I think we should just take De'Ami Brown because he's the best pick on the board, personally.
I think we need 2 running backs and a tight end.
Okay. Brother. Who do you want to take?
Chubb? We can go Chubb, and then we can go with a running back like Giddens, and then we call it a night.
Okay. That's
fine. I don't think we can get away with doing anything less than a 7 here.
Yeah, what we maybe should, if we had more time, we maybe should have just taken Giddens first, because I think Giddens, Jarquez, Hunter to me sounds more appealing than Chubb and Giddens.
Potentially, yeah.
I think that would have been more appealing to me.
We should have wanted more upside. But
we want this veteran leadership. We have veteran leadership in this locker room, and Chubb, Eckler, and Adam Thielen are going to bring it.
Yo, on top of that, low key, Nick Chubb, his price has not gone up. And the only news we've heard so far is Joe Mixon's literally on the NFI.
Yeah. Joe Mixon, I've never been on Joe Mixon in the 5 years this channel's existed, I don't think. But I will staunchly be anti-Joe Mixon this year. Even like I'm back for another one, dude. Like every year, Joe Mixon, the month of September, I look like an absolute moron. But I swear to God, I'm not in on Joe Mixon again.
Hey, but Bush, you remember the meme back in on Joe Mixon? Also, Theo Johnson, phenomenal pick. I gotta be taking more Theo in my slows.
Danny's been blazing the Theo lately.
Need the Theo. 212
Winter
outrageous.
Ontario's finest Theo Johnson.
Amen. What was I saying? I was saying something else.
You've been glazing the Theo lately?
No, right before that. It was about
TJ
Mixon, I think.
Giddens here.
Yeah. Was it about Mixon? We were talking about Mixon?
What do we do if Noah Gray goes, by the way?
Oh, we might be fucked, but like,
do we take Ben Sinnott?
If somebody takes an unstacked Noah Gray, like,
do we take Ben Sinnott?
Sure, I'm down.
Do we play the every casual fantasy analyst is going to go? Do you remember the last time Zach Ertz was ahead of a second-year tight end on the depth chart and just call Ben Sinnott the next Trey McBride?
The next person we should add, we got treat ourselves. I mean, Arroyo's ADP actually hasn't gone up at all either, which is pretty interesting. Yeah, we were high on Sinnott, by the way, Pete. I think the talent's there. Sinnott,
yeah,
talent's there.
It's just he's more of a dynasty stash. I'll keep my dynasty shares of Sinnott and hold him there. It's hard to justify a potential stone zero in best ball.
It's like the unfortunate, like the downside would be, okay, well, fucking look at Greg Dulcich right now.
Yeah, no, a stone zero in best ball hurts your team a lot. And so for that reason, dynasty stash pops up on the waiver wire during the redraft season. Yeah, I'll be back in on Benson at that point. It's just right now he's a stone zero potential in
we just saw Joe Milton get drafted.
Someone's praying on that Dak downfall.
Dude, oh hell.
Okay, there we go. Noah Gray. Jalen Coker at 209 is just free cash, dude. What are we doing?
Also, Keenan Allen has gone down 20 picks, and then there was just news today that multiple teams are interested in him. What are the odds he goes back in the 180s?
It's possible. Dude, who has the worst wide receiver 2 in the NFL right now on their roster? We are entering another
Steelers?
one for those people who want to join. Yeah, the Steelers are definitely up there.
Oh God, dude, he's gonna play the Randall Cobb role for Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, I would argue these are the 3 worst wide receiver 2s in the NFL. Michael Wilson of the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Roman Wilson, I guess, of the Pittsburgh Steelers. And
Keenan Allen to the Jets is disgusting.
I don't even know. I was going to say that was going to be my third team. I just have literally no clue. Who do I even call the third receiver?
Lazard probably,
or Reynolds, or the second receiver. Sorry. Keenan Allen should go to one of those teams just based on pure target volume. And I think Arizona makes the most sense if you're trying to win games, if you're Keenan.
Yeah. I mean,
nobody's bringing up Arizona as a team that he could go to. I think Arizona is definitely a team he could go to.
So why has he gone down 20 picks if like nothing has actually changed about him? Like, is it just fear that he would retire? It was just why his ADP
I guess so. He's a stone zero if he retires. Same with Amari, too.
Yeah, that'd be the only explanation for me.
Amari,
as you know,
Cardinals.
Because as you know, I had like fucking like 30% ownership of him at one point. Now it's like gone down because I haven't been drafting him as much. I mean, who knows? Like by the end of these slow drafts, if he signs somewhere, like maybe I get lucky and then on the clock, hey, fuck, we're in the 18th round and he signs that day. Because if you remember a few years ago, that happened with Cam Newton when he signed for the Patriots.
Yeah,
he was like completely free and then signs there and shoots up.
Yeah. Is it a hot take to say Brees leads the NFL in rushing attempts? I mean, the Jets are probably going to be pretty run heavy. Like if you had to guess, what rank are they in neutral run rate in the NFL?
Top 5.
You think they're going to be top 5 in neutral run rate?
I don't think you can have a sustainable drop back game with Justin Fields.
Yeah, that's fair. So if you think that's true, then
I love Brees Hall.
You better believe one of two things. Either Brees Hall is one of the best picks on the board, or you're drafting a shit ton of Justin Fields. Those are the only 2 outcomes you should really believe if you think that they're going to be that high of a run rate offense.
Yeah, I mean,
and I'm pretty anti Justin Fields in drafts, even though I like the spike week upside in best ball. So I got to be on Brees then.
I will say, I think lead the league in rushing attempts is a bit steep for me because he hasn't shown 300 carry upside yet. But could he be 250 carries and 90 targets? I think that's probably more likely than him going for 300 carries and leading the league. Because like Saquon led the league with like 350 carries last year. Like you need a ton of fucking carries to lead the league in attempts.
Yeah, and you probably need to be on a top 10 offense in terms of rush attempts in the NFL, like rush rate and like tendency as well.
Dude, like I mean, and that goes back, by the way, we're having the Genty discussion. It's like, dude, you talked about you think the Raiders passing splits are going to go down. If that's the case,
Genty could lead the league in rushing attempts for sure.
He can get like 330, 340 carries this year.
Yeah. You know what I want to see out of Genty in the preseason?
We took Puka last time.
Let's
we
go
could
McCaffrey
go
this time. Yeah.
Let's do it.
You know what I want to see out of Genty in the preseason?
Hey, yo, 7. Actually, you can fuck off and never look at the channel again. I'm not even joking you. See you later, buddy. Yeah, no, like literally, like never search this up again. I'm not even trolling you. You're banned. Sorry.
Damn. Danny's strict.
You're gonna be a dickhead in my chat. You're fucking not going anywhere. Sorry.
For what it's worth, I have noticed that as well. Maybe you need to do a little nasal breathing,
Sure.
get some nasal strips on.
Sure, you can say it in a respectful manner when you're in somebody's stream. That's my issue with him.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
Yeah. I hope the joke was worth it for you though, brother, because you'll never watch our content again.
Damn. That was going to be that strict with them, but
oh, buddy, I'm standing on business, Spicy. I'm standing on fucking business. This guy want to be a dickhead. Hey, yo, I don't know who you think you're talking to, Seven Head, but it ain't me. And if it was at me, not any fucking more. Straight to the fucking gulag, like Arthur says.
Yeah, straight to the gulag. Are y'all big Drake fans since y'all Canadian? I mean, we're always going to support a Canadian lad. But So here's the thing. When someone gets that big as a Canadian, I don't think I need to support them as much anymore. Like, I'm like, the whole world knows about them. You want to go?
Lad
I don't take Lad very often. I'm down for Lad.
Sure. I'm cool with that. Cool with
I want to get my Lad up a little bit.
Like maybe if we had gone Puka, then we can consider a Bowers. But if we don't take a wide receiver here, we're probably going to like a running back next round, and we don't want to leave with no receivers through 3. So I think that's fine.
Yeah. I know defenses don't matter that much in redraft. Best strategy to rotate based on matchup? Absolutely. Yeah. Every week you stream defenses, look at Vegas implied point totals, low scoring games, quarterbacks that turn the ball over, good actual NFL defenses doesn't hurt you as well. That's pretty much how I've been playing it for years.
Also, bro, Saquon Bowers is a fucking nice little duo.
Yeah, I actually got that in one of my BBMs as well because Saquon fell all the way to 6.
Jeez, yeah.
And I was like, I feel like Saquon Bowers is relatively unique. I got a Bijan Bowers in one draft as well. And it was a 102 Bijan that I took.
I looked at some of my old teams. I had a couple Bijan, AJ Brown.
Ooh, that's nice. Can I stand on business on AJ Brown for a second?
Worthy.
Wow.
Holy.
Do I have the floor to stand on business for Arthur Juan?
Go ahead.
Why the fuck are we not taking this guy in the first round? He literally smashes every single year.
It's because we took him in the first round last year when he didn't smash. That's why.
Okay.
But like
the worst season ever required like a top 5 of all time rush rate, and he was still a wide receiver 1.
Dude, Bush, I get it. But also, you asked me why it's happening. That is why it's happening.
Yeah. It might be a generational wealth opportunity to be taking Arthur Juan anywhere outside of the first 15 picks, to be honest with you.
No standing on business here. Barkley hurts his floor if you said AJ Brown. I think part of it is Corey's baking in some regression for.
Yeah, I'm baking in that the Eagles offense is going to throw the ball a little bit more. Not that I'm fading Barkley. Let me just put it perfectly clear. I'm very clearly in on Barkley at his price tag for the most part, 3, 4, 5th pick or whatever off the board. But yeah, I don't think that it's sustainably possible that the Eagles run the ball as much as they did last year. They also, if you guys remember, there was points in time where the Eagles passing offense was just not good last year too.
Petition for Amari and Hampton because we have a lad.
I'm down for Hampton. I also would not be opposed to either of the quarterbacks too.
Let's go Hampton first, just because I think it's a little bit more unique.
Sure.
And I just don't want to miss
advantage of every last dying second that we could get Amari and Hampton in the 3rd round.
That's basically why. Because the way I look at it is the running back that I get back at the 42 overall, plus a Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen, I would rather just have Omar and Hampton plus Jaden Daniels if that's possible. I would even rather Omar and Hampton and Jalen Hurts if push came to shove. Because realistically, like the running backs there, it's like what, James Cook, if you're lucky, Kyron Williams. It's like I would rather just get the slightly worse quarterback projection and a running back that can win me my league.
Yeah, no, Dylan, I'm not going to mention what it was because I should tell you this, Danny, off camera. I have a better idea for doing a similar video that we were going to do, only just a better way of framing it. So I'm not going to tell you what the video idea was that we scrapped because it might come up just in a different way.
Yeah, no, I think that's reasonable. Arthur, I'm lost. AJ Brown, yeah. So Scribbles, Arthur Juan is what AJ stands for in AJ Brown. That's just his first name. Just like, I mean,
he should go by Arthur Juan because it's way better.
Meanwhile, you got like Julio Jones. His name's like Quintorius Lopez or whatever.
Oh yeah, dude, Quintorius Lopez sounds like the best name of all time.
I actually need to see how did he get the nickname Julio off of it?
I don't know. Yo, FSE, what's the word, gang? What's going on, Justin? This year has some crazy fantasy storylines. I feel like way more than last year. I agree, Brian. I think we're actually going to get a lot more. Like me and Mason were talking about this on a call that we were talking about the in-season content package. He was like, I feel like we got no news all of training camp last year. Like nothing, no significant injuries, which is obviously great. We don't want any significant injuries, but for content purposes for us, we kind of want some significant news happening. Who do you want to take?
Oh, Daniel's still available. Okay. I thought all the quarterbacks just went before us. We'll take Daniels.
Arthur's going to be snapping up a 40-pick Lamar Jackson all day, every day, and twice on Sunday. I don't blame you for taking him there.
Can I see that right there? Check Sunny 7, Spicy.
He took JSN in the second or in the third round, I think. Malik London.
That's how you do a zero.
That's a nice-looking zero for sure.
Yeah, that's fire. My hot take is that this is the best fantasy landscape since 2020. It's loaded with talent in all 4 position groups. I agree, but my counter is it is so top-heavy because people know how the fuck to value them.
Also, Danny, I just thought of something. What was one of the things that we said was the biggest mistake of zero RB in years past?
Filling your running back position too early through the dead zone.
Yeah.
It's viable.
Not really a problem anymore.
Correct. It's literally
dead zone. Spoiler alert for tomorrow's video has actually been kind of smashing the last 2 years. So if you hypothetically ran a zero RB, quote unquote, you're in an ESPN league, Yahoo league, NFL league, sleeper league, and your league is bog standard settings, 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs, 1 flex, 1 tight end. You could run a zero RB by drafting no running backs through the first 5 rounds and then draft Trevion Henderson, Isaiah Pacheco, and Brian Robinson. And it would be a zero RB kind of modified because you did walk into the dead zone, but those profiles ain't dead zone profiles.
Yeah. Also, so 2 things. By the way, appreciate you, Joe. I mean, football is a fun game. I'll still remember when I first got into it. The overwhelming amount of passion when you first get into the sport, man. Like it can't be beat. You want to learn everything about it. Like I know you have an obsessive personality too. When you start growing an interest, like it's all you want to do. It's all you want to learn about. It's all you want to research. It's like it comes to the point like people will say, well, hobbies or like passions. It's like
I was gonna say we should take Rasheed if he falls because I'm not even a big Rasheed guy.
Him or Hunter now. But basically what I was saying. Oh wow, right before us, too. I was hoping like
let's rip. I'm cool with Trav here.
Yeah. Sorry. Going back to it though. When you first get into a passion, it's like all you want to do is research the topic and get better at the topic and improve. Like when I started playing poker, it was the same way. Like I started playing chess now, so I've been playing some games, like really like enjoying that. Obviously, you know the meme on the channel is me playing COD. Like for the longest time, I'm sure you probably were taking League very serious. It's like when you get into something that you enjoy, all you want to do is be as good at it as you possibly can be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, I played League a lot, but it was only just because my friends played League. It wasn't real. Like the only reason I downloaded the game is because my friends are like, "You should play this game." The only reason I continued playing it is when you get a 5-man going. It's a lot of fun. Like I never started playing grinded ranked games solo very often.
When you started playing golf, all you wanted to do is keep playing golf and keep watching how to get better at golf.
Yeah, which is currently an ongoing process, and I'm still shit at the sport. So.
I feel that.
I'm still like a fucking 18 handicap golfer, and I have been golfing for like 7 or 8 years. I mean, I haven't really been playing seriously. I think one year eventually I really want to like get a membership and go even solo rounds, play and just try and get as good as I can.
Well, I have a spot literally like right near my house.
You want to go James Conner here?
I'm cool with it without the risk of sounding like because I also do think we have a need receiver, but we could just be done at running back with a hyper fragile if we do this.
I think with Hampton, Connor and Hampton is just a sexual combination of ping ponging the start of the season to the end of the season to me.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, like, we just have to focus on wide receivers for the
Yeah,
next.
we'll hammer out 8 wide
Yeah.
receivers in this draft and try and pick
Um,
our spots. I'm starting to like the
amen, Matt.
value of
Amen.
I'm starting to like the value of some of the mid-round wide receivers a little bit more than I used to. Just like there's guys that I can find weeks from that I didn't think there was before. Like I don't mind grabbing me a Luther Burden in round 10. I don't mind grabbing a Rashad Bateman when I need weeks. I don't mind grabbing Quentin Johnston and Cedric Tillman and guys that I think that can actually provide me some spike weeks.
By the way, no bullshit. I am the most bipolar golfer you'll ever meet. When I play well, I play well. When I don't play well, like I said, I have such like a competitive psychological mindset. It's almost to a detriment because I get over invested. Is it like you've seen me when I've been in debates, when I like get amped up?
Oh, brother, I would
When
never golf with you in a million years. I know you're a
so
crash out, throw his clubs golfer. I've never golfed with you. And
I
I
don't I
fucking know
don't
you're
I
one of
don't
those.
I don't throw my clubs, but I want to snap them in half.
Yeah.
I've thrown a couple clubs. I'm not, who am I?
Yeah,
lying
there's
to?
no shot in hell you're not a throw your clubs
I've
golfer.
thrown a couple clubs in my time, but basically like that's how I've always been. Even when I played football, I've said this on the channel before, but it's almost like a psychological factor when you get like over invested in just like doing whatever you can to win or be the best at something. It's fucking bad. I have a
I
feeling you
shank half
shake your
my
drives.
drives too. I just don't throw my clubs.
I amped until no, literally though, like even like I said with football, like if I didn't make a play, I was the guy that was pissed at myself for letting myself not make that play.
Yeah.
And I'm sure like
Oh, I kind of wanted Steph to fall to us there.
and we'll get some people joking around like, oh yeah, Danny had the Mamba mentality, but like when people say like that type of like psychotic
Reed.
competitiveness, that's it. Yes, Reed.
Yeah, Jaden Reed.
We need receivers all the way out now.
Yeah, I would love me some Emeka falling back to us
Golden
too.
Downs and Mecca. Yes, one of them, please. Absolutely.
This is the correct take. Brock has the correct answer right here.
And Arthur, that partially is why I'm like how I am, most likely, more than likely. And I said
Yeah.
likely like 10 times.
Isaiah
there.
Likely, just to in
Fucking
case you need
Christ.
to add more likelies to that sentence.
Yeah, but like in all seriousness, though, like everybody that grew up playing sports has that nature in some type of capacity. And I read that out.
That's a crazy comment. I'm literally delivering packages right now, listening to y'all, LFG UPS driver. Well, Matthew, if you're delivering packages to me, don't break the box that I have coming in.
Or if you have a situation, I'm not sure if you've seen those like Twitter clips where like there'll be like porch pars that will literally just like snatch something like as somebody's on the porch.
When I lived in my last place, we had there was a couple 16-year-old girls just going around and stealing packages off of people's porches. And one guy came to my house, like a middle-aged guy, just absolutely loved his life that he caught these girls red-handed. He's like, just so you know, there's girls going around taking packages from your porch. So if you got a package coming, make sure you get it inside. I caught him and I reported it and all this. He was so proud of himself for catching this crime.
He's a G for that. Also, bro, we're just never gonna get this guy falling at ADP.
No,
it's just
he's
not gonna
going
happen.
to.
It's just unfortunate. We have to take another receiver here. We cannot take the 0 Brandon Ayuk. I think this is a Pittman thing.
Yeah, we got to take Pittman. I would love to just be like, we kind of need to swing and take Ayuk in case that he's back on the field.
We took the swing with Reed and Hunter, bro. We might be getting some zeros in some weeks.
No. If Ayuk falls back to us, I'm gonna petition to take the swing at that point, though.
Yeah, Eggy was mine. I'll get the year, yes, sir. Been driving 6 hours today. Holy shit, brother. That's I know those ones. About half of it when I go to Buffalo, because like with border and stuff, it usually takes me about an hour and a half.
And Buffalo's an hour drive from your house, dude.
It's about an hour 10, but sometimes because of rush hour, it'll be an hour 15 there and an hour 50 back.
That ain't 6 hours, dude.
No, it's not 6 hours. I said half of that.
Oh, okay, I see. I guess you're driving there in the same day.
Yeah, well, that's why. It's basically like every time I go, it's like a 3 hour like adventure plus the 2 hours that I'm spending eating plus drafting.
Yeah.
They always ask me what I plan to do in the States, and I say the same thing. I'm just going to look around shopping, maybe stop at a Panera. It's like they should know by now I'm not actually shopping. I'm just fucking degenerating.
Yeah. There was important management offices to this UPS drop. The UPS dude would roll up, bumping so loud the windows would rattle. That's hilarious.
Jesus.
My drive home from work is 50 minutes every day. That is crazy. Danny, like it's an hour drive to my house, and I've never heard anyone bitch more about an hour drive than Danny in my life.
No, it's longer than an hour.
It's an hour drive, clean.
Like an hour 20.
I looked at my map going to your house. It says 1 hour clean.
Maybe on your old address.
On my old place, it was 50 minutes.
That's what I mean.
It's an hour clean now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I'll look at my map right now. Google Maps, and I'll put our two
my address.
It's literally an hour drive.
You have my address. Just don't throw on the screen like I did.
Danny was about to share his home address.
yeah, Corey, it's bleep, 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 bleep.
Okay, there's a shit ton of traffic right now, so it says an hour and 20, but
see?
It's literally 4:18 p.m. So who do you want to go with here?
Not Trey Harris.
Definitely not Trey. I mean, we have Lad, dude.
I would rather wait on QJ. Just go someone else.
You want to go Purdy?
Sure. Do you have a stacking option?
We have McCaffrey.
Oh, duh.
Yeah, done at quarterback, and we have the 49ers touchdowns all locked up.
Yes, sir. No, I still have it, Danny. Yeah, Dylan, what I showed it for like literally, it ended up being off of the stream like 15 minutes later because I went back in and edited it. And this guy, Dylan, screenshotted the moment of the live stream when I showed my address by accident.
When did you show your address?
So I was showing my, like when I got my sports cards and I went to the site because basically the way it works is there's redemption cards, Corey. So you have to like put the code in and then they'll send you the physical card. So I thought when I clicked into it, it would show the card that I would like be getting. But in actuality, it just showed my shipping details. So I had to cover it on the screen afterwards in the edit.
That's hilarious.
But fucking Dylan screenshotted that shit and asked Mason, should I send Danny something?
Is Buffalo nice, Brock? You never been to Buffalo? It's one of the biggest shitholes I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, God.
Yeah, the good people of Buffalo. I love going to Bills games and stuff, but your city is certifiably trash. Like, it's not a good city.
This is facts, by the way. You left us alone for 5 minutes and I leaked my address.
That is funny.
Oh, fucking hell. That's fucking comedy. Hey, yo, appreciate that, Justin. Appreciate that. At least I'm not getting called big boned in the chat anymore.
You guys block fantasy, top 2 channels for fantasy advice. Hey, really appreciate that. Bonnie Blue stream. Dylan, you're too young to know what that is.
Yo. How do you wait, enlighten us, Dylan. Who's Bonnie Blue?
Yeah. Also, JJ McCarthy is a crazy value, or every receive from the Vikings is overvalued. I tend to lean towards the latter there, that every receiver from the Vikings is overvalued, but we'll have to wait and see what happens there.
Yeah, also both can't leave Danny on super.
Okay, but we gotta make a pick here because there's no one good on the board. I'm cool with Luth or Warren. I'm cool with either of those. I think we've probably got to take a receiver. So
yeah, Luther.
Did you see what his injury was?
Yeah, he landed on a football.
Whatever it was. The tweet came out that was the injury that he suffered in minicamp. That was like he landed on the ball. Like maybe you fucking catch it, Luther. You won't land on it.
Also, one report of Kyle Williams doing semi-decent in camp, and he's back up the 2080 piece he should have never fallen to begin with. He was going in the 130s. His ADP is 130 right now, and he's back at 115.
That's where he was going earlier in drafts, like you said, right?
Well, that's what I mean. It's like he randomly fell 20 spots because there's like, oh, like he might start with the second team. And there's one report he catches 2 passes in 11 on 11. He's going 115.
Oh, dude, I love this time. This is the best time. We timed out our slow drafts so perfectly because there's going to be like wild shit happening in them. Because one report's going to come out. Like I'm not at the point where QJ is going in my slow drafts yet, but once I'm at the point where he could like reasonably go off the board, he's going to go 20 picks ahead of ADP.
Look at this QB run.
Yeah, people who faded QB got a nice little double stack there. You got Mayfield, Knicks, Murray and Prescott, Mahomes and May. We got our
people
Purdy
on the other side of the board are panicking. Arthur has his quarterback, so he's set. And one of those other teams has Allen. Okay, wait. So everybody basically has their top 2 quarterbacks, if I'm not mistaken, except for the one guy between us.
I've noticed the meta earlier on in the offseason was 3 QB builds, but I'm actually kind of liking 2 QB builds and 3 tight end builds a lot more because earlier in the offseason, you were able to get guys really, really starting to slide because like sharper drafters stay in their own lanes. They don't reach on ADP for quarterbacks and stuff. But locking up like a Purdy Daniels like we did is going to probably get a little bit more appealing as the offseason goes along. Oh, dude, I really wanted him.
It looks like we'll have to add a big Q here.
Yeah. Do we want to go? You want to grab Taj? We could go with the sexless Kirk. We could kind of use the routes and the targets.
Where's the big Q on the board? I prefer
further down.
I prefer him straight up to Kirk.
I don't, but I'm cool waiting, not taking Kirk here.
I have Kirk like worried, to be honest. Yeah. Also, we have two quarterbacks. I was gonna say we have two quarterbacks, right?
Yeah, no, we're not gonna take Herbert.
Okay. I was just curious. Yeah, okay.
We could. I mean, we could have faded QB. We actually can't. We couldn't have taken two QBs with Daniels and Herbert anyways because they're the same bye week.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. So.
Might I interest you in a nice glass of hot urine?
Dude.
Oh, my God. I told you, dude. QJ was going to go ahead of ADP.
If I knew he was going to go that far ahead of ADP, I would have just taken him at our last pick.
I wasn't about to reach 15 picks on Quentin
Well, Johnson. That's what I mean. It's like we couldn't, but like I
Guaranteed to Bust is a hilarious name, by the way.
Lee Watley is always in my drafts. I mean, he just sniped us on the queue, bro.
Yeah.
At least he got Herbert sniped from him.
Can I interest you in a warm glass of urine with our next pick?
Depends on whose.
On whose? Whose urine it is?
Yeah. It's a joke.
Yeah, that was a good joke, actually. I'll give you that one. What kind of clubs are you guys using? My dad's old ones would be the answer for me.
I got a set of Strata.
They're Callaway Warbirds. They're old. They're like 2005 clubs.
I got a set of Stratas.
Yeah, I next year I want to get a new set of clubs. I think that's my goal. I want to buy a new 20 plus century clubs.
I agree with this. Corey actually doesn't.
I don't. I prefer the upside. It's not that I don't like Goddard because I actually fuck me, dude.
Bonnie Blues urine.
Oh God. You want to go Jake Fergo here?
Of course.
Me a tight end, man. We don't have a tight end.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's grab Jake Ferguson.
Dude, we do. I'm telling you right now, we are not drafting a single other running back. This is a 4 build.
I would like a fifth and late in the draft. Four running back builds are very suboptimal. I don't know if you know this.
The only capitulation is an 18th round swing.
I
think we need
running
wide
back
receivers.
builds are like one of the worst roster constructions that people think is good.
I think this year we given our investment.
I disagree, dude. This is the year that
we can't spend a near one.
No. I'm saying like 16th, 17th, 18th rounder is our fifth running back. But I'm telling you, 4 running back builds are not good. People think they're like, no offense to like the best ball cognoscenti, but like people try and get cute with it. It's not optimal.
You don't think with Hampton, with Connor, and with
no, I don't think so.
Okay,
I'd actually be more likely to take 6 running backs than 4.
I'm not taking 6.
I'm not saying we should. I'm saying it's not. Okay. I don't think this is.
We could do 5
for a 4.
We could do 5.
Yeah,
do 5. I mean, like I would agree because of Spear specifically. If we had grabbed like a 4th running back in like round 7, maybe that's another combo. Yeah, okay, maybe that too.
Yeah, Goddard over Kincaid, especially in best ball, very viable take. Very viable take. Because he's going to have touchdown upside. You don't have to choose when to start him. That's the hardest thing about Dallas Goddard, realistically, is that they have Smith and AJ Brown, so you don't really want to start him that often. Yeah, that is crazy. But Kincaid to me is just this. I like taking my upside swing on an every week starter first in my tight end builds because I can always backdoor like Hunter Henry as my safe tight end or Cade Otton as my safe tight end or whatever. So that's why I don't like taking my safe tight end first with Goddard. I guess if you take Goddard, you could go like Likely or something for the upside swing, but I don't know.
Tillman here, and then potentially, I mean, if we're going to go with a running back, it may as well be Eckler since we have Daniels.
Yeah, I'm down for that. I'm also
pick the receiver first.
Isaiah Likely here too.
I am.
Okay. I'm cool if you want to grab the routes and the targets with Tillman here.
Hey, you know why I'm not in on Isaiah Likely here. What's the phrase?
Why?
Because he's expensive Noah Gray.
Oh God, no. He's not expensive Noah Gray.
He is though. He's expensive Noah Gray.
There's no planet in which Noah Gray beats out a healthy Travis Kelce for the starting job. No planet.
You're assuming that it's a healthy Travis Kelce is what we currently have.
Okay, but like the same could be said for Andrews.
Sure. They're both
missed more games than Kelce has the last couple of years.
Let me say this scenario, though. If Kelce and Andrews were to both be out for the season,
likely by a country mile,
I would take Noah Gray.
Likely by a country mile, dude. Likely would be a top 3 to 5 tight end in fantasy without Andrews.
Don't see it.
He is 100%. Back me up, Chad. Back me up. There's Isaiah Likely.
I'm getting more passing volume.
Dude, if Andrews went down for the season, Isaiah Likely would go ahead of Sam Laporta in drafts.
Probably, but that's just because Sam Laporta is a little whack.
Likely by a
Tight
country mile.
tight end 4 is like nothing this year.
I'm not, but like you, so
Hey.
you're by that logic, you would take Noah Gray as tight end 4 off the board?
Dude, I have likely ranked ahead of Noah Gray.
No, Austin Eckler.
I have likely ahead of Noah Gray. Don't get me wrong, but I don't have him 5 rounds more expensive.
Oh, he would be 5 rounds more expensive easily for me.
Fuck
his implied upside's so much higher, and I think his standalone role is so much better too.
How is it so much better? They literally did the exact same thing last year.
Okay, I don't like Brenton Strange, but we do have Hunter, and we do need another tight end. We could take Besh. We could take Wright too.
I like a wide receiver
Bryant.
here. I like a wide receiver here, but actually, go Strange. I didn't see our only tight end, Jake Ferguson.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. No. In all seriousness, though, like I get it. Like he was relevant at the beginning of the season, but like you actually look at their seasons, Isaiah Likely and Noah Gray, they were identical.
Yeah, I mean you're on an island here. Whole chat's going, you're nuts.
Can't wait to be vindicated.
I don't disagree. Like I like Noah Gray. He's a good value. If
can't wait to be
Travis Kelce
vindicated.
goes down, he's going to be a nice pickup, and he's going to probably be a tight end 8 to 12 in weekly rankings for me whenever Kelsey's out of the lineup. But let's call a spade here. Isaiah Likely could legit threaten one of the top 3 tight ends if Mark Andrews was out of the lineup.
I don't see that, and that's fine. We don't have to.
I don't think it's out.
I think Noah Gray can TJ Hawkinson his way if Travis Kelce missed time.
I think Isaiah Likely would easily be ranked over TJ Hawkinson every single week.
I wouldn't have him ranked. We disagree on the passing volume of the Ravens.
It's not the passing volume that I think is the problem.
I think
Isaiah Likely might be one of the best 6 tight ends in the NFL.
I don't see that type of talent.
I do.
And that's the difference. And it's fine. If you do, that's why you're going to be drafting Isaiah Likely a lot more than I am.
Yeah. I'm drafting.
I think Noah Gray
tight end handcuff in the last number of years.
Yeah. With touchdown upside, how is he so much younger, Dylan? They're the same age.
As Noah Gray?
Noah Gray's 24 or 25 now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're like about this. I think Noah Gray is 26. He's drafted in 2021, I think.
Let me take a look. I thought they were the same age.
No,
so much younger is faded.
Not so much younger, but he's definitely younger.
Yeah.
Like no, Isaiah Likely is 25.
He's 1 year younger.
1 year younger. Okay, yeah. I mean, I think maybe his point is that he's already like proven more, even despite being younger.
Also, I think this is valid based solely off of last year, but that's also baking in. I think the Chiefs passing offense is going to gain a ton of efficiency going into this year. It's a pro Chiefs take too.
It is. Yeah, it is a pro. Again, we got sniped again on Ertz. Would have been a perfect fit for this team.
Getting sniped
you want
on
to
Ertz.
take Jalen Wright and be done at running back?
I would rather Pat Bryant here than play whatever.
Okay, let's take Pat Bryant then. Let's take Pat Bryant.
I like Pat Bryant. Like he's attainable. And not to mention, like he can end up like an 11th round pick because Marvin Mims literally goes there if he has a good camp.
Yeah, no, literally.
Literally. Sorry, why is Mims that much more expensive than Pat Bryant? I'd rather Pat Bryant straight up comfortably.
Yeah. Oh, I would too. I don't know about straight up comfortably, but I could make the argument for straight up.
In Dynasty, if you can get him for he's like a 4th round fucking valuation right now, or if it's Noah
throw him
Gray,
in on the back of a deal. Yeah, he's a good option for that.
Noah Gray plus a 4 for a 3, I would even do.
To Brock's point, if Mark Andrews was out, Isaiah Likely could legit lead the team in targets.
Maybe.
As much as I love Zay Flowers, like Isaiah Likely might be the best receiver on that team.
Yeah, maybe I just don't see that type of talent. Like I think he's a solid talent. I think he's probably a fringe top 10 level talent.
NFL GMs ranked him as like the 7th best tight end in football.
Dude, have you seen their rankings?
They're bad. I know.
Respectfully, I did it fucking again. By the way, I did it again. Respectively. No, but then I said respectively afterwards, and I tweaked. Fuck.
I would like to know how good Isaiah Likely's been in the games in which he's run more than 50% of the routes. I'm actually going to look it up right now because I think the guy could finish as the tight end 1 overall if Andrews is out of the lineup. Right. I mean, not over Bowers or McBride.
I was going to say, like, you want to say he could finish
Bowers and McBride to be somewhat disappointing also. Let me be perfectly clear about that.
If you want to say he could finish tight end 4 overall, that's one thing.
We probably need one more wide receiver with this build. Can I interest you in some rookie upside with Jalen Noel?
Sure. I mean, I could be interested.
Yeah, we probably need one more tight end, which we're going to take probably later. And we could go with like a Theo or something later.
Do we want to go with a Nick Chubb next pick?
I'm sick of taking Nick Chubb, man. We've taken him every draft so far.
We got Noah Gray last team, right?
We did.
Sure. Okay.
We also have picked Nick Chubb in both of our 2 drafts so far.
Good point.
I don't really want to be that exposed to Nick Chubb.
Jarquez,
I would go Jarquez Hunter would be a good one there. We could go Waller as well with our 3rd tight end pick.
Yeah, cool with that.
Or do you want to fade Waller a little bit and go with like Theo or something?
Oh, give me a Theo Johnson.
Yeah, we could grab Theo.
Yeah, I want to get a Theo share.
You ain't ever gonna hear me. We take Jarquez here. You ain't ever gonna hear me say a bad thing about taking Terrence Ferguson either.
Yeah. No, I
would take Terrence Ferguson over Theo personally for this build, especially because we have 2 guys that are solidified starters.
So I have a lot of Ferguson already. I don't have as much Theo as where I want to be at. That would be the decider for me. On top of that, I have Theo ranked higher. But if you really want to go Ferguson, I like Ferguson too. I just don't have as much Theo as I do Ferguson right now. But it depends what your portfolio looks like.
Also, we passed on Nakua, so taking Ferguson would make us right twice.
For sure. Again, like if you want
injury and Ferguson could crush.
Yeah. Well, if you want to go that direction, I'm perfectly fine with it too. I do like Theo a good bit too as well.
Yeah. No, I like them both.
Yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with a young athletic freak tight end that could be a big time part of their offense.
Arthur said, "How about these 3 tight ends?" He has Mason Taylor, Hunter Henry, and somebody else. I don't know who the other one is. Evan Ingram.
Yeah. Again, I'm not
a huge Ingram guy, but I like Hunter Henry and Mason Taylor where you got them.
Yeah. Agreed.
Ingram also like loses value in half PPR too, for what it's worth. Yeah, like me, dude. Scribble. I have my highest rostered tight end right now is Tyler Warren, but my second highest rostered by a lot. Those 2 guys are like very clearly 10% higher than other tight ends, and Ferguson is up there with them too.
So keep in mind, I have my new batch coming in. So like this is only based on my first 50 that I drafted. Tyler Warren 24.1%. George Kittle 20.7% because
that's a lot of Kittle. I have not gotten nearly that much Kittle.
Keep in mind that was in the first 58 draft, so that was all
on Hunter here, right? Yeah. Let's go Jarquez.
Let's do that.
Also makes more sense to take Ferguson now too if we take Hunter.
I got 20.7% Kittle when he was going at the 4-5 turn.
Yeah, I to be honest with you, I kind of wish I drafted him more because I didn't draft him as nearly as much. Speaking of Ferguson, by the way. Also an excellent CLV pick because I promise you this guy's going to be a huge drumbeat training camp riser. Like, yeah, dude, he's got to beat out Tyler Higbee, who's coming off of a major injury, and Colby Parkinson, who's certifiably terrible. So, like Jordan Rodriguez, who doesn't even report for the team anymore. She covers the NFL at large now. She already is like, yeah, if you guys don't know the name Terrence Ferguson, you will in about a week or 2.
Yeah, shout out.
He is going to. I would bet you over under 159.5 ADP by the end of the offseason, Terrence Ferguson.
159.5. Yes. I'll take the over.
Dude, this is a top 5 projected scoring team.
I get it. I love him. 159.5. Where would that be going above though? Can we look up?
Right where we took Strange, I think. Right around there.
Is that where it goes? Okay, then I could see that then.
Yeah. Give me Terrence Ferguson.
I also think Theo Johnson can shoot up as well though.
Why?
If we hear good reports, he's
already starting though.
Sure. If you want to go Ferguson, I would rather have had Theo Johnson, but whatever.
If Terrence Ferguson has unbelievable clips in camp, exceptional athlete, top 5 projected offense, he will skyrocket.
Dude, trust me, I love Terrence Ferguson.
Preseason usage too. If he's starting right away, like he could be this year's Sam Laporta legitimately.
I love Terrence Ferguson. I also think Theo Johnson can be the number 2 receiver because he was literally playing 80+% of the snaps before we got hurt last year. So I think both are very good picks
for the Rams over the number 2 for the Giants and sleep like a baby doing it.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I also think Theo Johnson at this point, I've just seen work in the NFL, whereas Terrence Ferguson I thought was a more raw prospect. That's a part of it too.
I mean, I don't 4 points per game last year.
I mean, no. What?
Yeah. Theo Johnson was the starting tight end most of the time, and he wasn't really that good. Like, I like Theo Johnson.
We literally looked at his profile down the stretch last year.
We did. Yeah, it was solid, but like he wasn't great.
He was an 80+% snap share player for one of the worst offenses in the league
bad.
As a rookie. 80+% snap share player at tight end as a rookie. And anybody that's talking about Terrence Ferguson being a freak athlete, Theo Johnson's the best recorded athlete of all time at the position.
Yeah, I would take the prototype that Ferguson is of 6'4", 250, runs a 4.63 is more valuable for fantasy than
Theo Johnson ran a
a
4.57, didn't
260
he?
pound tight end.
Theo Johnson ran a 4.57, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's 260, which is more inline blocking a prototype. That when I was building the prospect model, the guys that pop are the guys that are like 245 to 250 usually.
Okay, but how many tight ends are 260 running 4.57?
No, there's
None.
not many. You're right. Like Theo's a great athlete. Don't get me wrong.
Like, I love Ferguson, but I also thought he was a more raw prospect, respectively. I don't think it's a guarantee he'll be the starting tight end. The upside, don't get me wrong, like I will take my swings, but straight up versus Theo Johnson, like we have the bird in hand of a freak athlete that can be the number 2 on his team that was running 80+% of the snaps. Like that's my thought on it.
Russell Wilson and the Giants number 2. Like the ceiling
number 2 is number 2. Like you've talked about it before on the league winning quarter or tight ends before. If you have the path to be the number 2 target on your offense, that's valuable anyways.
So to quote that study, no number 2 in their offense that was on a bottom 10 offense ever finished as a league winning tight end. And many number 3s who were in great offenses finished as league winning tight ends.
Sure. Question. Is the expectation for both of them to be a league winner? Because I don't think the expectation is for both of them to be a top 3 to 5 tight end.
No, but I think Ferguson's ceiling is being a league winner.
And I guess the question is like, so you think the top 100th percentile for Ferguson is comparatively higher? And I think it's very more likely that very much more likely that Theo Johnson can be a top 12 tight
end. I think it's more likely that Theo's the top 12 guy, but Ferguson's the guy that absolutely sun runs. Because the other thing is too, Terrence Ferguson has an injury-prone number 1 receiver and a 32-year-old number 2 wide receiver ahead of him on the depth chart.
For sure, but like I said, I don't think it's a guarantee that he is the starter. Like I don't. I'd love Terrence Ferguson
that because otherwise he'd be being drafted in like the 180s right now. But to be honest with you, I think by next week we'll have pretty high certainty that he will be.
And if he gets a lot of positive drumbeat and he's expected to be the clear starting tight end, maybe I change my tune. I just
preseason usage will maybe because here's the thing: like, what do we know about Sean McVay?
Yeah,
what do we know about Sean McVay in the preseason?
I don't know what you're referencing here.
He does not play his starters. If Terrence Ferguson is not playing, dude, that is a bullish signal.
I thought you were referencing like what he does with rookies.
No, he does not play his starters in the preseason ever.
That could have gone any direction. That's why I just let you say.
It could have gone any direction. And this is actually what I was referring to with Genty earlier is what do I want to see from Genty in the preseason? The answer is not on the field, not playing. Yeah. That's what I want to see from Genty in the preseason. Same goes for Terrence Ferguson. If he's not out there with Nakua and Adams not playing, huge bull signal.
Yeah. Like once Kyron and Puka didn't play in the preseason, they should have been smashes. Yeah, fair. It's hard to have to. Yeah. I don't know. That makes sense for sure. I'm assuming you meant Kyron, not Kyler.
Kyron, yeah. He meant Kyron for sure. But yeah, it's definitely hard competing for targets with Puka and Adams and shit. But by the same token, when you're like a seam stretching, field stretching tight end, I mean, Sam Laporta has to compete with Jamison Williams and St. Brown. Like it's number 3s on their offenses. Ideally, you're the number 2. But if you're the number 2 in one role, for example, maybe he scores the second most touchdowns on the team, Terrence Ferguson, or something like that.
Even that's a projection, dude.
It's a huge projection because Adams and Nakua are just
they might combine for like 28 receiving touchdowns.
I know. I think you get a 709 touchdown season out of Ferguson. He could be, especially if it's like back weighted production or something, he could be a monster every week starter.
That's literally what we were talking about with Tucker Kraft last year, right? So
but if it's back weighted, like if it's 709, but he like
I meant that as a pro.
Yeah,
dude, I like Tucker Kraft. I meant that as a pro for him.
For sure. Yeah.
If he was the tight end 15, I think everybody would be happy given his ADP because if we were drafting him with the expectation he'd be tight end 15, he'd be going much higher than he currently goes. So, I think it's reasonable.
Hall of Fame game. Remember when he played? He had played in the Hall of Fame game and had a 19 fantasy point per game season.
Yeah, weren't people saying like, "Oh yeah, they're gonna cut him. Look at that," or whatever?
Dude, I don't know if we'll ever see that again. A guy plays in the Hall of Fame game and has a 19 point per game season.
Why did he play in that game?
I think they wanted him to prove it. Maybe.
He sure did.
He did indeed. But anyways, we're gonna round this one out. Appreciate you guys for sticking around with us throughout these drafts. Again, I'm going to do later today. There's going to be more news dropping. So I'm going to start doing my fantasy news of the days at the end of the day, because I was doing them at like 3 p.m. before. I don't know why I was doing that, because now that I think about it, it doesn't really make any sense. But I'm going to be doing those in the evening going forward. So stay tuned for that on the YouTube Shorts, on the TikTok, on the Instagram. Make sure you're following all those. Those will be linked down below in the description. Tomorrow, we have an absolute banger for you. What a fucking excellent conversation that was.
Oh, yeah.
Talking about the running back dead zone. It's really shaped my opinion of how I'm going to handle my drafts strategically going forward. When I draft my running backs, when I draft my wide receivers, like very important conversation. So you're going to want to stay tuned for that tomorrow. And then, like we said, we're going to have coaching changes, the early round running back secret strategy video that I do every single year. We'll have the end is near for wide receivers from a dynasty perspective for the older guys. And then next week, we are into some straight heat, fellas. Next week, predicting the next league winning running back, camp risers skyrocketing up our rankings, hero running back strategy, double hero running back strategy, zero RB strategy, hero wide receiver strategy. And then the video we did last year, late round bets that look awfully familiar. We did who's the next Puka. Like in 2023, it was who's this year's Puka, who's this year's Kerrane, who's this year's Jaden Reed, Tank Dell, who's this year's so on and so forth, Laporta. And we nailed a couple last year. If you go back to that video, you're going to hear Danny, who's this year's breakout running back? You said Chase Brown. Who's this year's sleeper running back? Tyrone Tracy was the first name out of our mouth. Who's this year's rookie tight end that smashes? Well, you probably guessed who that was probably in that video, and it was Brock Bowers. So there was a lot of good hits from that video. Just ignore me saying that Jalen Polk could be this year's Puka Nacua. Yeah, there were some bad misses there, but we were talking late round guys anyway, so it wasn't a big deal.
Hey, guess what? If Jalen Polk doesn't become the next Puka Nacua, you know what you do?
You drop him.
You drop him off of your fantasy team. You know what happens when Chase Brown becomes the next league-winning running back?
He smashed.
Hey, yeah. So it's like you can't be wrong, because even when you're wrong, what's the consequence?
Do you remember who we said for this year's Jaden Reed, Tank Dell, rookie wide receiver who gives you good weeks? It was not McConkey and those guys. It might have been, actually. If it was McConkey, then that was obviously a good call. But BTJ and those guys were going too early. I just don't remember.
Let me see. What was the next?
I think, actually, I'm not going to say who mine was because it was bad.
Do you remember what the title of the video was?
It was late round smashes that look awfully familiar, I think was the name of the video.
Late round. I'm going to search up familiar.
The thumbnail said the next Puka with Jalen Polk on it.
Polk Puka. I'm literally just going to search up Polk Puka. This year's blank. Okay, I found it. This year's blank. So this year's Kyron Williams, you said estimate, I said Tracy.
Yeah, so you got me there.
Got Tracy. This year's Puka, you said, okay, no, you said Troy Franklin, I said Jalen Polk.
Okay, that's bad. That's bad. You know what it's worth? Puka came out of nowhere, so we had to pick day 3 rookie wide receivers.
This year, Sam Laporta, you said Noah Fant. I said Ben Sinnott.
But before we said that, I said it's going to be Bowers. Like in the video, I was like, it's going to be Bowers.
Oh, yeah. We had to reach
like
on
excluding
the board
Bowers.
ADP 150.
Yeah.
This year's Raheem Mostert, Dobbins, and Elliott.
Dobbins was me probably. So
yeah,
that's a crush.
This year's Devon Achane. You said Trey Benson. I said Chase Brown.
There we go. That's one for you.
This year's Mike Evans, because keep in mind, I was not even high on this guy, but this
7th round in 2023.
Huh?
In 2023, because we were doing it based on the year previously, Mike Evans went in the 6th, 7th round and scored like 12 touchdowns. And we were like, who's the undervalued veteran receiver who scores a lot of touchdowns?
But that's what I mean. So you said Calvin Ridley, which...
You said Cortland Sutton, probably, I would imagine.
Cortland Sutton.
Yeah.
Who literally had like a Mike Evans type of year.
Ridley was not bad once Hopkins was traded too.
Yeah, exactly. You said this year's, Tank Dell, Jaden Reed.
I said Malachi Corley, I think.
I said Xavier. It was literally just
that was bad. That was bad.
I mean, we were just saying cheap guys. This one was awful from both of us. We said this year's Jacoby Myers would be either Curtis Samuel or Tyler Boyd. I think Tyler Boyd got cut.
To be fair, had we done that later in the offseason, I would have said Darnell Mooney.
Yeah, no, fair.
I really like Darnell Mooney. Once I did the league-winning wide receivers video and I warmed up to the Falcons offense a little bit, I got really high on Darnell Mooney and started drafting him on a lot of best ball teams. So I might have said Darnell Mooney for that answer.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. But either way, appreciate you guys for tuning in. We're about 2 hours live at this point, like Corey kind of alluded to. Who is y'all's
I just
biggest
said
sleeper?
it. It was Terrence. Terrence Ferguson's probably
Yeah.
by roster ship percentage my biggest sleeper.
Yeah, he's definitely up there. But like Corey said, big video coming tomorrow. We will be going through the running back dead zone. And spoiler alert, telling you whether or not it actually even exists at this point, because
The running back alive zone.
There may be some data points in there that might shock you based on potential historical data, historical claims you heard maybe 2-3 years ago. And trust me, I mean, we're on the same page. Like the fact that this data is this alarming and the community and the market just simply has not learned. It's time for us to exploit, boys.
Let's just say a positive advance rate players out of the top 50 at running back, not that much better than the dead zone, which is insane when you think about it.
Also, I'm sorry, I checked the group chat. I just see Ron sends in the group chat a picture of Chris Olave with his Guardian cap on, and somebody quote tweeted, "They gave my boy Olave the Guardian of the Galaxy cap." That shit was so big. Did you see the fucking Guardian cap?
That is huge.
Chat, bro. The Guardian of the Galaxy cap.
That is so funny.
Oh my god. What, he's wearing a beach ball on his head. That is
anything to keep this guy's head healthy is I'm fine with, to be honest with you. So yeah, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check out Underdog if you guys are new around here. Get some drafts in. Great values available. Appreciate you as always, Spicy. Peace out. We'll talk to you guys soon.